and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
Final stone. Does he have it? Yes, he does! What a shot! John Schuster! Oh my goodness! A third of a rock for... That would make sense why he didn't curl.
Well, we gotta not kill that. It's gotta just be in the catch zone.
I mean, my gut is like hack to board and just roll 3 feet. 2 feet.
Yeah? Yeah, I think it's probably just hack.
You're always touching the 6.
I don't know that this leaves the 4 foot with hack.
Really good spots for Miller.
I think John's in a situation where he needs to send one of the red guards back.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, and it's dead nose and just, it's gonna go spinning. This actually might catch two and just leak back.
I think it does.
Okay, so it might, close to dead.
Hammer something.
Extra focus of the players, because sometimes you just couldn't hear yourself thinking, and we needed to like use signs and show what we meant instead of just shouting out a number or like play this hit and roll kind of thing. We had to show everything, so that added another level, I guess, to our game. After that, we've been a little better when the crowd is loud or when you can't hear as well.
Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they like line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled.
Last drop. 8th in. From the tie to Isabel Morano.
Good morning, curling fans, and welcome back to Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I'm Brent Lang, joined by Chelsea Carey on this bright and early 8 a.m. draw. Chelsea, I don't remember 8 a.m. draws, and I don't like them.
Yeah, I don't like them either. I'm with you.
All right, well, we've got round-robin action, 4 sheets as always, all featured on Home Team Live, but our feature game is in the men's Team Canada pool, plus Italy, but Italy's already out, so we can just call it the Team Canada pool now.
I like it.
They bowed out. No, I don't even know if it was gracefully, but they bowed out. They're 4 losses, and that's too many. So a big game here, a big game for Team Epping, who's not even on the ice. Both these teams at 2-1, both still alive to win the pool. Potentially. Actually, that might not be true. If McEwen can beat Dunstone, then Epping would win the pool. So that means McEwen's not still eligible to win the pool. See how I did that math so quickly?
Look at you with 8 a.m. math. Good job.
And a fire alarm at the goddamn hotel last night at 1:15.
That was lovely.
I hope those idiots that pulled it had a good time. Not the first
I don't.
time. Not the first time. Well, I hope they're having a great time in jail.
Yeah.
Not the first time it's happened on tour, and it won't be the last. Unfortunately, we cry wolf every now and again, so I'm on the top floor, and probably poor decision I didn't leave, but if it was on fire, I wouldn't be on air, that's for sure.
Luckily, it wasn't.
So we got Team McEwen won the draw to the button, has last rock. Colton Lott threw for Team Dunstone and bit the top of the button, and then old Magic Mike put it on the pin. So center guard from Dunstone, a little bit of a mistake from the first half of the Killer Bees. Did you watch WWF back in the day? Do you know who the Killer Bees are?
I do remember the Killer Bees.
Yeah, that's what we're going to start calling Kevin and Dan. But Dan throws lead, Dan Marsh, and he went back 8, and now you see all these freezes piling up. So Team McEwen throwing some curveballs at people. Normally, a long time this year, they've been going open side when teams throw the center, and it's the second time I've covered them this week, and they've gone around the guard. So you don't want to be predictable, eh, Chelsea?
No, you got to keep them on their toes.
Other men's draw on the ice is Team Hostley versus Team Dropkin. Team Dropkin's, they're on the same bus as Team Italy right now, and it's not a fun bus. Heading for a cliff a little bit. Need a spark here. I think they're 0-3, so they're not dead yet, but Kevin Marsh trying to get this one right on the nose and maybe tap it back a bit. Early to say, but probably not going to be a blank here, although all those rocks can fly pretty easy and move around a lot.
Yeah, being behind the tee line, I think it's less likely to be a blank. If they were all in the top of the 8-foot, then I would still like the chances of it being a blank.
The old freeze game back 8's like that old game, who's going to bat first? You toss up the bat and grab it and stack hands, and whoever gets their hand on top of the butt end.
Yeah.
This is the hand that goes on top of the butt end. If EJ Harnden can make this one, this will own the pin. There won't be room for shot on top of it, I don't believe.
This one is curling earlier, though.
This is big trouble. This isn't close, unfortunately, for each. Mike doesn't look too excited about throwing the intern. It's not because they can't throw an intern, just because they don't know the speed as well on this side. Oh no, Mike, don't make a liar out of me. Arguing with himself. Is it that hard to make this shot on the first end, Chelsea?
I wouldn't think so. They would have practiced on both sides of the sheet, so it's not like it sat for any incredible length of time. I think they've got to have a pretty good idea what the speed will be over here.
This was their side of the sheet, too. Like, you warm up one side of the sheet, each team, they practiced together, and this was Team McEwen's side because Mike threw the outturn coming home. It will be slower than the other side still for sure, but hopefully they were paying attention when they threw 4 rocks or 8 rocks down this path.
That's 15 and a half. They're going to have to go to get that there.
They need to let this rub.
Line was perfect.
Not bad at all. Does lie too and protects that freeze most importantly, I think, Chelsea. And I don't know. I think it's coming back, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it might have to be. Well, they're talking about drawing.
Yeah, not a lot of reds are leaving is what Maddie's saying.
Which is, yeah, danger.
Neither one of those yellows are fully locked in there either.
No, the yellows are more vulnerable than the reds are at this point, which is not good news for Team Dunstone.
Needs to plant it, as Maddie's saying, and plant it. We don't even kind of acknowledge curling lingo anymore. It's kind of English to us, but plant it means it needs to stick in there. Needs to hit the one it's run into and then stay there. And he's playing the other one for a little bit better angle. So Colton Lott, tough shot, first shot of the game. Seen these curl a bit early in the game, and he doesn't look very excited.
Oh, and leaves them hooked too. That's probably the worst case scenario.
Well, if they didn't like it the first time, they're going to like it a little better here, but they do have to go a path wider.
That one slid pretty good, though. That was 15.5, and they got it there. I didn't think they were going to be able to get it to second, so it seems like the speed's not bad. Hopefully they threw one out this wide in practice, and they should be okay.
The Flash was paying attention in practice. He's saying mine in practice weren't getting there.
At least somebody was.
Can't be heavy, can't be light, can't be wide, can't be tight.
I love that about curling.
Right? You got to make this one. Just past the top one, lying 3 would be really good.
Yeah, if you could ever, even just edge to edge, if you could ever tuck a little piece under it, that would be ideal. That one's 14.6, so the weight should be close. Curling at the end here, though.
Oh, I agree with Kev. That's a great shot, Flash.
Yeah, real perfect.
Colton made everything the game we called yesterday, and it was maybe the comment of the week so far. Kevin comes back after Colton's 7th double or something and says, we can do whatever we want with the way you're throwing it.
Oh, that's such a nice feeling.
This is not a nice feeling for Team Dunstone. Without the hammer, other team lying 3, and you're double peeling your own center guards.
Yeah, lots of danger right now for Team Dunstone. Nicely made there from Colton, but still 3 in the 4-foot. That can't feel good.
Yeah, those yellows get pulled, as Mike said. If you hit that one you're looking at that's biting the button, second shot rock on the right-hand side as we're looking at it. Into the red. The red's going to go too, but those yellows are moving, and there's a lot of reds left.
Yeah, I think both yellows go. The back red goes for sure, and maybe one more red, but you're still leaving him sitting at least 3.
Dunstone, you can see in his eyes, he says, you're right. That's what I'm going to do. But what are you going to do about it? Yeah, I don't think tight's really important here. I think it's a line shot above the... It's probably coming back.
Yeah, so you may as well leave it a little longer. Don't think there's any sort of soft weight chase that's any good for Dunstone, so he's running this guard back probably regardless.
Oh, didn't want to hear that. Needs to stop curling, obviously. That was an easy line call.
I think he got away with it.
If he could tick that one, yeah, that's not good, but it's not terrible. Then Mikey can freeze another one. Like, this is just big trouble. Kind of right from when EJ missed his shot there.
Yeah, pretty much.
And he had the shot to put the hand on top of the bat and get, what did that get us? First at bat? Or last at bat?
I think.
Choice?
Yeah, choice, maybe. I don't remember. I remember doing it. I don't remember the ramifications.
You always want to bat first because you don't know when the recess bell's going to ring.
That's true.
So trying to tick the buried one, which he can barely see. Needs a lot of weight because it might actually come back and jiggle everything. Hitting the guard wouldn't be good, though.
No, nor would hitting it high.
This is tough. Matt's going to play for a bit of curl, you can hear him say. He's got one of those stupid sliding brooms, too, just like his idol there. You know, who will slide next?
Yeah.
No longer his idol, but he would never admit that. But every young Tucker has a Mike McEwen broom with all the tape. And in any event, first skip rock for Team Dunstone, first end, in huge trouble. That's tight.
Yeah, it was tight right out of his hand.
Oh, no way that's getting by the guard.
Now gives Mike McEwen a chance to put that guard back on even better, where you can't see that edge, then he doesn't have that shot either.
Flash thinks he'll hit the guard again. Leave it to him again. I don't think he can make it.
Isn't it not there?
I wouldn't leave it again. I would try and make the guard a little better, but you do have to cheat to leaving him the center line side instead of the wide side, because that double he'll make every time.
Yeah, I think Mike said show him an inch of the higher one on the wide side, which is ideal, but if you over curled it, that would be the miss.
What if you just drew another one back 8 somewhere? Like, you can't really just rip those, because if those top 2 on the 4-foot were gone, Mike can make those yellows fly and keep his shooter maybe and the other 2 reds.
Yeah, you could go in again.
That might be the best way to get 3 and maybe 4. But I'm in the booth, so we'll trust the guys on the ice. There's Mikey's version of the broomstick. I don't know what you want to call it. It's not a curling broom, I can tell you that.
It used to be a corn broom at one time in its life, but I don't think there's much corn left.
That was the last ice age. This looks good. It's got more speed, so doesn't want to. Don't touch it. Mike's right.
Yeah, Mike is right.
It's perfect.
He likes it.
I don't know who threw that, but it's perfect. Oh boy, that's a fun shot to throw on the first end, eh?
Oh, yikes.
I could see where you were standing, and I was like, just because you were a little.
So he probably will make this, but I always see the danger, Chelsea. And if he hits this a hair high into the one on the overhead we're looking at, the second shot, and then jams it in there, those yellows are going to go. The 3 reds are going to stay at least, and he could easily give up 4.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about on Matt's first one. He ended up missing it tight, but if he missed it high, he could have done that with his first shot too, and those reds are just not going anywhere.
There's a shot he could leave for 5 here, but a hair low, like across the face, into the left side of that top one as we were looking at it, so huge pressure on Matt Dunstone in the first end, a gamer in the first end. Looked a little tight again to me, but
close.
Great shot by Matty to keep the game really alive.
Yeah.
My easiest shot is just nose that.
The draw that that intern draw looks fairly makeable. I think you'd have to throw the intern and hit it on the center line side. It's the only way to make that.
That guard's in the way. I agree. I don't see it flying far enough with the outturn.
I'm seeing like probably at least control with the out. The other option's a draw.
Thanks, Kev.
Yeah, I don't really know.
They played it twice.
Yeah, if you're not getting more than 2, then I don't see why you would hit this. That's the only way you could get in trouble. If you ever hit this high, you could spin that red out of there, roll your shooter off, and give up a steal after all this.
This is the shot that they haven't seen out of the 2 options, and like you said, Chelsea, you hit half of this on the high side, and it's a steal, and you're going to see Mike flip his hat up in disgust and then probably throw his broom down the ice.
Yeah, that all sounds about right.
Chance at 2 probably feels like a little bit, not that you're in trouble here as Team McEwen, but What a great shot by Matt Dunstone. And
yeah,
they're feeling like 2. Holy smokes, that's a victory. But an important shot here, not a simple one. Still needs to curl a little bit, but I think he's right on the money, and that's going to be 2 red and a 2-0 lead for Team McEwen after the first end, and a super interesting start. But we'll be back for more action. Hopefully more of that right after this.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
For the live action here, round robin coverage of the Players' Championship from Toronto, Ontario. 2-time Scotties champion Chelsea Carey carrying me through the draw here again. The 2 ladies games, Team Kim versus Team Yoshimura. Team Kim up 2-0. And then Team Hasselberg, both those teams, Kim and Hasselberg at 3-0 versus Team Fujisawa. They blanked the first end. In our game, Dan Marsh wants this one to stop, and it will stop and touch the center line. Of course, the no ticks when it's touching the center line in the free guard zone. You heard Mike say, let's try and get this end in quicker. They took more math problems early. 5.5 minutes. 5.5 minutes in the first end, but you trade time for points all the time, or time for keeping points off the other side of the board, but they do need a couple quicker ends here. They get 33 minutes and 2 timeouts. 35 minutes overall for 8 ends is an eternity with thinking time.
Halfway.
But if it's there, most teams are going to use it.
Yeah, definitely.
Double centers. Starting to see this more from teams. I think we're going to continue to see it more from teams.
We're at 1. Gotta go for that. Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, I like it. It's, especially if you can leave them offset a little bit. In this case, you don't even need to, because that corner guard is so tight that if this is a long guard, there's not really a way to come around it. So it does 2 things at once. It guarantees the play is drawn to the middle. It seems like a really aggressive call, but it's not really. It's actually a force play as much as it is a steal play. You're just trying to keep that play in the middle. With how good these guys are at run backs and doubles and everything, it's kind of the only way that you're going to guarantee some rocks in the middle of the sheet for the next little while here.
Matt talked about chipping that guard, which would be good. You'd have 3 corners and just a tight center. That center's too tight to be dangerous. It's right pretty much where they wanted it, but anything behind it, these guys are going to make that run back most of the time. So they've decided to ask Ryan Harnden here to draw top button, top 4 around this tight center guard and long center guard. You can hear Mike, he's talking to himself back there. Because he can't talk to his coach during the game, so he can't possibly be talking to Pat Simmons, right?
Oh, no, that's definitely not allowed.
Top 8.
It was for a long time. And I don't even know if there is an official rule. That's add to notes.
I know it's not enforced at the slams for the most part, but...
No, historically it hasn't been. There was some coaches, Reed Carruthers, that were talking to their team every shot almost.
Whoa. Whoa. Weight's good. You're going to have to curl. Weight's good. Curl. Curl. Weight's good, Mike. Curl. A little hot of anything. Curl. A little heavy of anything. Curl!
Go heavy, if anything.
Curl!
I think he wants you to curl.
Curl, Flash! Get it under there! Go, go,
I think it's a little heavy, if anything.
Oh, good sweep. Good scrub.
The Zilla. They don't call him the Zilla for nothing, though. It's a good spot here. And not a great setup for Team Dunstone, but
very minimal if you do.
there at the end. Yeah.
the challenge is if things go south on the angles, it's hard for either team to bail. So if EJ can get this one on a better line and match it with the speed, I think his line was fine in the first inning, just a little light, and that kind of cost him.
Trying to get this one to walk over as well.
It's not good. You can see that just really locks that red one in there. And hit and roll, you could freeze in there.
Like if we smack it, this is gonna pop, unfortunately.
Try to get under. See how you hit it with weight, hair high.
Yeah.
I don't mind the roll under. Roll under is better.
Yeah, I still like a bit of weight.
Sure.
You gotta make sure you kill this. You play like hack weight, hit and roll, and it ticks the second one. You're just gonna leave another yellow one in the rings.
Yeah, and we have seen the houses be a little bit more dead than we're used to as well. So if anything, you even need to throw it a little bit harder this week than you would have at other events.
Yeah. Good. Yep. Hard.
Yeah.
Hard. Hard dead. Hard dead. Really gotta go.
Hard.
Really gotta go. Weight's good. Little hot.
Whoa.
You sound worried, but
go clean, clean, straight, straight, straight.
Good. Sorry about that.
lost it a little bit, but that's pretty good. And like I said, if that long guard wasn't there, Matty'd be ripping the center back, but doesn't really have that option.
No, and that was the right way to miss that if you were going to miss it. You didn't want to hit it high side and disturb those frozen stones. So yeah, it rolled maybe half a rock too far, but it's the right way, and it still puts a lot of pressure here on Team Dunstone.
Where is it?
You threw it, Eej. What do you mean, where is it?
He's playing that run yet.
He's just not quite feeling draw weight perfectly yet. He thought it was close, but he wanted confirmation.
Need a little confidence boost sometimes.
This is real tight. EJ doesn't love it, but that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I don't
you
think
just
it's
freeze right here.
bad. The line was perfect if it went another half a rock or so, but pretty good.
I didn't see, but that obviously touched the guard, because otherwise it would have been way more buried.
Yeah.
So lock this one on the nose of it, and even a little low, and it's big trouble for Dunstone again.
Whoa, whoa.
Doesn't love it.
Nope.
You're gonna have to curl it.
A little hot.
Curl.
Top eight.
Curl.
Top eight. Heavy, Mike, heavy.
We gotta curl it.
Top four. Coming down.
You gotta go, Kev.
Just keep curling. It's not that bad. Little bump.
Oh boy.
Little bump still.
Mike hates it.
Little bump still.
This is bad. Jeez.
Yeah, that's bad. I would agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, you made the freeze better and rolled off and left an angle here, so not the desired result there from Colton. Just a little heavy, I think. Swept it most of the way to try to get it to curl.
Yeah. Oh, the slide too slow. Okay, let's go make the next one. Yeah, it's good.
Trying to lock another one in there. I mean, you can see that one of the challenges for Team Dunstone is how do we get another one in there? That red one top 4 foot is just, it's not going anywhere no matter what we do for a couple of shots.
Yeah, you need at least 2 to get rid of that one, and that would be without the long guard blocking your run back.
Maybe trying to release it a bit here, get to the kind of 3/4 and tap it. That's how they're going to get it out eventually. Just like, oh, it didn't. It's dangerous for McEwen right now, though. That's
this lineup's not bad for us.
Thanks, Mike.
He can make this, though.
No.
That wouldn't be good.
I think we're tapping that.
Tap and roll a little bit.
I think so.
Okay. What's he doing right now? Well, you make that double, you said, right? You make this double. Yeah, you make that double.
So much for the faster end there, Team Cargill.
Yeah. So far, not so much.
Flash is coming
that
down.
Helps that much. Does that help us that much? Doesn't hurt us. Push it right here.
Yeah, even if I do like just like that.
Yeah.
We'll tap that one. I thought he might tap the middle, Chelsea, and just get it back to
Same way,
frozen
just
and kind of hook the top.
Freeze, like in the pocket.
Even stay right in the pocket of those two, that red one on the left top 8 and the yellow one. Kind of tap half of the center yellow and roll into that pocket and push yours right to the back of the button. And hope's not a strategy, but hope for the best.
Yeah, I think he's happy with the lineup of those yellows onto the red onto the back one right now. So I think they're tapping the other one, but I did see him motion the same thing that you just said, tap it and kind of try to sit hooked on those yellows.
Back 8. Whoa. Back 8.
Doesn't want to line these up. Like, could hit this in a spot where it lines it up to leave the triple, but
Back 8 weight.
as long as it doesn't sound with this weight, you can't do that.
4 weight. Hard. Yep. Gotta go. Gotta go. Whoa. Whoa. That's a good shot. Very nice. Good shot. Good. Pretty good. That's good.
Pretty good.
I think it's good, yeah.
Gonna see some speed though.
Yeah, they don't have a
see
choice.
what happens.
But I think the two middle yellows probably stay. The top one, I guess, might squirt a bit.
All the reds could be at least moving, at least the top 3. That one he just tapped, I don't know that it will hit that.
No, I don't think it will. But the rest of them probably are moving, yeah. The back yellow always goes.
Yeah, you just hope it doesn't dead stuff. But once there's 3 rocks, Chelsea,
Yeah.
educate me on the drag. It almost like it disappears,
It
right?
pretty much disappears, yeah, which is crazy to think about. But for whatever reason, that's what happens.
Oh, I don't know why. I don't want to know why shit happens. It's like, it's like thinking about we're on a floating rock through space. No, I don't want to talk about that. We're in Toronto at a curling event.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. But yes, it does essentially disappear.
Colton Lott will be plenty of speed on this one. Makes it look like he only threw board, but that'll be a 6-second peel.
So
this
effortless.
Is gone. Can Matt make that red double?
I
he
think
can
so.
Throw it hard too, and that's
I don't know that I want to make that though.
Can't leave him that double.
Well, you can't leave it for him.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I want to leave this alone.
Your rock is your issue, right? Red rock is the issue.
So you guarding that red one?
You might be.
Feels weird.
It does feel very weird.
Maybe.
This yellow corner guard on the right as we're looking at it, what if that came into that red one? I'd be real worried about that. That middle yellow gets hit, but it goes right over the other red. I might have to call a coach's timeout from the booth.
Well, the same thing. If I ever
Brent will be back with us
overthrow,
shortly. He had to run down and give his team some advice.
That leaves him in off too.
I don't know if that double's makeable.
I don't think you can kill it, but I think you can move it a couple feet. Like, I think you could sit 3 maybe.
Somebody look at that corner guard. If you're a Team McEwen fan, phone a friend. Don, if you're watching, send your telepathic message to Mike. That looks really bad for me. If Dunstone won't look at it. If he doesn't look at it at all, I know he wants to play it real bad.
He's licking his chops.
Timeout.
Time.
The old veteran from the bench will have seen it. Pat Simmons, coach of Team McEwen.
No.
2-time Brier champ. No. Once at skip and once at third. Started the week at third, won the Brier at skip. That's never happened. That will never happen again.
No, probably not.
You need Johnny Moe
I was
going to
say, unless Johnny Moe makes a comeback, I don't think that's happening again.
I heard a bit of a rumor last night, and I'm not even going to say it out loud, but
like, we just have to be sure.
it kind of involved that. But let's listen in and see what they have to say here.
But are we? Then he's sitting here though. He's sitting here.
Well, that's can he get it to there to lie 2? And I've just thrown a guard to cover it.
Yeah, but then you can draw around. So he's guarded it. Right.
It's that or we go aggressive and just. But
if you made that hit and roll
if
perfect,
I end up
but
in the
anything
wrong
else,
spot,
like
yeah,
Mike says, sucks.
That's the problem. Is perfect is great, but there's no other good option other than perfect.
Right. It makes it easier for him. Yeah, so it's either we're hitting and rolling that, or
the other yeah. Yeah.
First thought was guard. Leave it slightly this way, then if he makes, he can come around.
Slightly off center, yeah. And then we have here.
Yeah.
Flash is thinking
I think
guard the
higher
middle
than that.
one.
You want to be able
but
to draw around and get buried.
What's your gut? Just guard this on the center.
You're guarding a shot that you love the lineup of.
Yeah, I don't know what you're guarding with that. I'd be guarding this
I think it's right there.
red if I was throwing a guard.
The line.
I guess Maddie could throw it hard, hit a quarter, come over and catch her on the left-hand side, and maybe that middle yellow drags a bit and pumps it out. And if the back one doesn't dead stuff, you know, he might lie 3. So that's what they're guarding. Yeah, this makes some sense. I really think Matt's. See where Matt's standing, the angle he's looking at?
Yeah.
I really think that yellow one's coming in.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I think there's lots of good that can come from that. It was on the other side of the sheet. I don't know that he could do anything with it, but from over there, you could get a few reds flying and probably not disturb your yellows all that much.
Whatever shot you choose, you got to dial it in and make it. So I think there is a really good opportunity for Matt if he does hit this one thin. So keep it on the high side. Just can't over curl.
Keep it out.
Magic Mike parked his gorilla hat. Man, I got a lot of questions about that out the Briar. It's like, it's just a hat he likes the look of, guys. This might over curl.
Good. That's pretty good.
It's like Joel Retornaz with the trucks.
Yeah, trucks. No, I just thought it was a cool hat. That's the story.
That's it.
Oh, no, they see it. Oh, God, they look excited.
Uh-oh.
If it doesn't work out, though, they're probably going to give up a steal.
Yeah.
But he can hit it into a couple. Even if he hits it into the yellows, I think that much pull from that side, that angle might drag the red at least off the back yellow.
I don't know what else we do.
Does the top one go onto that red? I think it might go across it from over there, but it's close.
Top one, I think, goes across.
Over the top.
Drawing anywhere didn't really help me.
And I think Mike's realizing he's, maybe we should have tapped. But easy to say now, and
yeah,
nothing wrong with the call they made.
No, and you can't take away everything. Like, there was going to be something for Matt anyways, but you're still in a good spot, so you're forcing him to a hard shot to maybe not even be shot rock after it's over.
They might lie 4 mostly buried here, though.
Yes, this could be a disaster for Team McEwen, because I think from this angle, if you do hit it into the red, to your point, it might squirt that middle yellow out, but it'll go straight over towards the other red. It's a catcher over there.
I'm excited to see what happens
Me
here.
too.
Matt will be close. He loves these big shots. When he won his slam wearing that leather 1997 Briar hat, which is classic.
Calgary Briar.
He made a ton of these, and he's gotten better since then. So.
I could be throwing an intern around.
Yeah, Mike's trying to talk himself into, I might have to throw an intern draw here.
That's probably a good thing to be thinking about.
First stone for Matt Dunstone, a big one. Highlight reel shot of the week candidate. Sounds close. Oh, just over curled and took out all of his options there.
Yeah, that worked out quite poorly, unfortunately. Needed to hit that a little bit thinner.
This is my draw of the button.
Yeah,
out-turn draw right to it. Yep.
But you don't have to be right to it. There's no runners. Oh, that rock got to the corner quickly somehow. Twice.
Boy.
Love to see the emotion, at least I do. I mean, this is a huge event for these guys. Lots of points, lots of money, lots of pride, and momentum heading into the biggest year for all of these teams. All of these teams are put together for the trials and the Olympics.
Right, so you threw that to start the end, right?
Matt Dunstone will have a little bit of a bitter taste in his mouth from the Briar too, so coming in wanting to put together a good performance here to end the season.
He's building up the scar tissue. I think he's got enough.
I think
if you asked him, he'd say, I got enough. Look at my back.
Yeah.
But keeps putting himself in position, and eventually. But right now, he's got a huge problem here. This is Mike's draw of the button, as he said. If the ice hasn't changed, and they put this right on, I don't think you need to go to the back. I'd put this on the tee line. There are no run backs. There's 3 center guards. Don't let him follow you here, and
got room.
You're going to steal maybe 2.
Line's pretty good. Probably a curl down.
I don't know why you'd ever want this to the back.
Gotta go with this. Yep, come on. Come on.
They seem to be determined to put it back there. I'm not really sure why.
That's great.
That's perfect.
Sweet,
Good
guys.
spot.
You come off that wide yellow? Probably not anything good from that. It's just dead jams, I think.
Yeah, that's holds him to 1, but
Yeah.
this draw looks harder than the in-off, almost. I guess there's room.
You could score, though. I'm not sure you could score with the in-off.
Definitely can score. There's enough curl, and this shot's going to tell us a lot about who's going to win this game. I mean, a miss and McEwen's probably going to win.
Yeah.
A make and
A little scary.
McEwen's in control, but lots of time left, so.
And the other track is
This flash miss heavy.
one shot.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, Mike's figured out who screwed him this end. It was Flash.
Got to the bottom of that mystery.
First end's on EJ, second end's on Flash. But they got away with it here. This
I was
is
going to
a
say,
really tough shot.
It's really hard to be thinking that you got screwed when you're sitting in the position that they're sitting in right now.
So final stone of the second end, a super pressure draw. Not only does the
So if they hit a
speed have to
spot
be
and go-
perfect, drawing the button's hard enough, but it has to draw the side of the button around one that's almost touching the button. So here we go, in-turn draw. The Harnden brothers are going to have to do some work here.
Absolutely. I mean, it will regardless of what you're using, but we know that that'll definitely.
Line's looking tight to me. Could make it on the little chisel and spin, but why is nobody up there from McEwen's team? That's why. That's 2 red. And quick start for Team McEwen. 4 buzz after 2 ends, and we're going to see some more yellows fly into the corner. And hopefully when we come back, none of them are broken, but we'll bring you the action right after this.
Those are turning over it then.
Every day you go new places. A small change in how you do things, or moving your things to a whole new town. Or many things to many towns, all at once. No matter how small the move, it can be a big leap from where you are now. You've got it in you to go new places. So do we. We go there every day. We're here to help you move. To places on the map, in the mind, in the heart, or all 3.
Go new places with AMJ Campbell. Contact us at 888-AMJ-MOVE or amjcampbell.com.
Well, I've seen the out actually. Sure.
Team McEwen, it didn't seem, we're talking in the break, Chelsea, it didn't seem like it was all Team McEwen that end until the very end, but it's 4-0, which is a big lead at any point in the game. I guess if you're going to get down 4, the second best time is after 2. The best time's after the first.
Yeah, yeah, that's very true. Need as much game as possible, but it's going to be a long uphill climb here for Team Dunstone.
It starts with a deuce, though. You're probably not going to get 4 back here, so make 8 shots in a row, and Team McEwen will probably, not happily, but happily give you a deuce if you make 8 shots.
That's the thing about having the lead is, and that's how you see these comebacks happen. It's like, okay, well, we can afford to give up 2, we just don't want to give up 3, and you do that a couple times combined with getting forced, and next thing you know, it's a close game.
But 6 ends left. Maybe if you're doing the math in your Dunstone, you're thinking 7 ends. We probably have to steal the extra to win this one now. But how many 2-1, 2-1s does it take? Probably too many.
Yeah.
Old Robert Desjardins from Quebec used to call it, he had some theories, kept a lot of stats, and he would call it a break, like in tennis. Like if you give up a steal or you give up, I don't know if a deuce was a break or a 3, and then that helped him decide when to quit. If we're down 3 breaks, that's too many.
Nibble 4. Good. Nice shot.
Good shots there from Dan, and double corners coming, and then it'll be interesting to see. There's a couple. What's your favorite way? Over the years, you played lots of 5-rock, Chelsea. How do you protect a lead?
We would stack the middle. So that first rock is a little bit deep, but it's pretty good, and so we would throw like a 2.5 center guard.
Next?
Yeah. But you're seeing more and more of the men's teams go to the choke.
I think because with the 2 corners and you know how good EJ's going to be at making that runner in the middle, and then all of a sudden if he makes it, you got two corners and maybe even 3 corners and nothing in the rings.
Yeah, and I do think that's why. It's the proficiency of the run double, and that's if as the team with the hammer, if we chose to ignore those rocks in the middle, we would say, okay, well, somebody's got to make a run back. Like you got to at least get one of the rocks in the house going at some point, or else we're in trouble. But for the men, that's almost automatic, and even for some of the women's teams now, it is too. So you're starting to see an evolution of strategy towards more a choke or that kind of thing. Which, and if you see the choke coming, it's also a reason to throw the guards on opposite sides.
You know, Team Jacobs spreads them out. They throw it kind of even side button and then side 4 and then kind of choke the other corner and spread them out where they need to throw 2 shots to get rid of all 3 reds.
Yeah,
if they were red in this instance.
Stacking them in the middle is great as long as nobody makes that run double. But if somebody does, like you're lining them up to give that option. Where if you spread them out, your chances of stealing go down, but your chances of forcing probably go up.
And Matt, probably in a tighter game, if this is even 3-0, he might still freeze. I like this call a lot, but we don't see this anymore. This used to be, we used to throw corner guards so that they would throw a center guard so that we could freeze in the middle and get after it.
Yeah, exactly.
Teams don't do that as much. Matty does, though. He likes to load it up, even in tight games. Watching him at the Brier, and loved that, and all the power to them. I mean, they had the Brier one hand on the trophy, and I think they maybe got away from that a little bit in the last couple of ends. Had one call I can think of where they peeled instead of chased on Colton's in 9, and easy to say now. And and I wasn't in the booth then. I was in my house, which is also an easy place to be right.
Yes, I also was, but I know what you mean, and it is they do tend to.
You ever do this?
That'll come back to burn you, and you feel like, oh, it's a Brier final, we should play the safe shot. But if that's not what got you there, then don't do it. And Team Dunstone is wired to, because they're so good at the run backs and stuff, they are wired to go aggressive early in an end, knowing that they'll have the option to bail between Matt and Colton.
This is an interesting call. I mean,
I don't really know this.
You could throw a high center. It doesn't seem like the right call when you're up 4. But
I like it. I would be awful tempted to throw a high center.
Like they're trying to hit into this yellow. If you just miss it with the wrong weight, you're going to bump it in behind the corner guard.
Yeah.
And open up the out-turn freeze.
Yeah. Like the scoreboard says you should hit something, but I would be awfully tempted to leave it all alone. Let Team Dunstone deal with moving the rocks.
No!
Doesn't love it. Audible hit and roll. It's thick, and pump it in the house here is all kinds of bad.
Okay. It's fine.
Got away with it.
A little bit, yeah.
Ish, yeah.
Yeah. That could have been a little bit thinner there. Would have been really bad.
Yeah, if you're going to miss it, you want to miss it by a lot, and luckily that's what happened there.
It's like a drive when there's another fairway on the right, but there's trees in between.
Yeah, if you're going to slice it, really go after it.
Like the draws don't curl till so late.
Just got to move some stuff in the middle. You could throw the out-turn freeze, but this left side's really congested, and only having one way in makes it really hard to score 2.
I like this, though, with just soft weight. You tap it into anything, you're pretty happy. You leave your shooter there for another option afterwards. Lots of ways this could go right.
EJ's not having a good time so far today. Tick, tick. Yeah, good call by Matty there. And that's second shot, and that's pretty good and not really fair.
Yeah, that was a great line call because that was not really very close to the intended call and got a lot out of it.
Yeah.
Even if this is made, probably going to roll too far and going to leave that middle open. So good opportunity now after a break there on EJ's for Team Dunstone. Sounds close. Oh.
Try. Try.
Unlucky. Not a terrible result, but if Dunstone can get one there.
Unlucky. Yeah, really good throw, man.
Still not really looking like more than a deuce, so I think you're okay, but definitely a little unlucky to. I mean, touching it is one thing, but to dead stuff it and spin it to the back of the button is a bit of bad luck for Colton.
Battle of the Coltons here. Colton Lott's turn. Needs to get this buried above the tee line Can't leave it open where there'd be a double on the yellows. That's the danger of this shot, even if it's behind the other one. But then there'd be a double off the other one potentially. So big shot here in the third end, trying to get themselves on the board and really back into this game. I don't know if that's buried.
Yeah, Benny? Yeah, I got an inch. A good inch.
They didn't get by the guard by much. This sheet, all the sheets, but this sheet in particular, it's really hard to bury around a corner guard. It's just like it's almost like it's going uphill. It's that little bit dish towards the middle. So then early on it's curling and they get by the guard pretty tight, and then there's just no finish at the end because the rock is trying to go uphill. Which the only good news for Team Dunstone is that also makes the chase harder.
Well, exactly, and that's.
Okay. I'm okay with normal.
They might be trying to get a little bit too much out of this.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he likes it. Yeah.
But they might also not think it doesn't really curl by the guard with any weight, so a little bit more weight, try and make this double. The hack weight hit and roll would have been pretty good. We'll see what Flash has got here.
Whoa!
Big.
He makes our job easy. He doesn't give us much time to talk.
That's very true. The opposite of Mike.
It's going backwards. He flashed it.
Yeah.
So if you can't get around with a draw, which, you know, Colton had pretty good line, it didn't get buried. Now we've got action, Chels.
Yeah, now
excitement.
Now this trouble. This could easily be a 3 now.
See if Colton can get one right on top. And then we'll see if Mike will take his medicine or if Mike's going to get a little impatient and try the same shot that Colton threw. He made it look impossible, actually. It sounded good.
Yeah.
They swept it at one point, and you could hear Colton say it went back. And
yeah, and that's we did see that yesterday. It does fall back a little bit, so I didn't mind the extra weight because you can almost, if we always think we want to go quieter if it's straight, but if it's actually falling, then sometimes more weight is better. It has less time to fall back, but
throw it through the break like a putt.
Yeah, exactly. If you throw it hard, you throw it kind of through the fall a little bit.
Chance to hit and roll here in lie 2. At least cut out the top one that Colton just threw. And
flush it there. Get my shooter behind there. We might need to count that.
Yeah, and those corner, you have some real estate to roll to because of that staggered guard.
With probably control.
So it's just a straight hit and roll. If you make the hit and roll dead behind the tight corner guard with control, the back one, that sticks. It just happens.
Yeah.
Mike knows this is where he threw that hit and roll, or that hit for 2 in the first end. See if he mentions that.
Control weight would be out.
Good board in the first end there, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Flop Dan's way.
Yep. Well-trained team.
About 3/4 high.
By Pat. 3/4 high. The other potential is if you end up kind of nosing it and then the back one goes over that way. Just don't want to leave it double. But some serious pressure on Team McEwen here with a 4-0 lead.
Yep.
Really don't want to give up 3 here. Would feel like 6.
Whoa! Yeah! Whoa! Yeah! Whoa!
Oh, they overcalled it. That's got to stop. Oh, it did stop just in time for at least third shot.
I'll count that.
Yeah, it did.
Shot over the top one.
Good shot.
But if Maddie makes this, we're not out of the woods yet if we're Team McEwen.
Great shot.
Maddie trying to go hack weight, hit and roll across the face. So have it over curl the nose and roll right in behind those 2 yellows that Colton drew there. And again, it looks like, you know, you could chase those, but I'm going to say that you not that you can't, but that you shouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know that you can chase it with enough weight to do anything good.
You got to get that one kind of, that'd be a wide hook slide.
Yeah, it would have to be. And this, I think this one they might get away with because the uphill part seems to be more like edge of 4 into the 8 foot. I think that he'll still be in the reasonable stuff here for Maddie. So because this shot might be impossible too if the whole sheet was that way, but you're still in kind of the flat area here. So you might get a little bit more finish or at least less fall.
And none of these kids know how to give it the old 1-2 punch. You can't hook a rock. You've never had to.
Yeah. They throw it too good for their own good.
You've spent your whole life never being soft, so you don't even know how to do it. Needs to roll here, though. A nose hit will leave Mike a very makeable double and a very comfortable force to 2 at worst, which would feel good right now. And see if this one stops curling or not, because it looks like it's gone low. It did stop curling. Really well done by Maddie, and perfect weight and a great call by Colton Lott there. And
it's like maybe just draw.
He's got to draw.
Draw there. You could draw around your red one. If you knew that, it would be shot. Then a runner might get them both.
Yeah, drawing around your red looks easier to me, but then you're grouping those reds over there.
It's that, or I hide here.
You could draw there, yeah.
A little more space. You can chase it, but that's fine. Or he throws this.
You can come off that or do that. Yeah. Probably safer to go this way, isn't it? In case he had something.
It's hard though. Like I'm drawing
It's really hard because you're not gonna get that curl really. You're drawn to an inch or two.
Yeah, I think I'd be going around the other one and taking my chances. If you play some kind of runner, it's still not for more than 3, which I know isn't great, but I don't think there's a way to get 4 out of it. So
should still be winning after this end. That's good news.
Yeah, there's a quick spot here.
So quick spot, yeah, it should be pretty quick because there's not a ton of curl, and curl takes speed off. So the more the ice curls, the heavier it feels. Might not time heavier, which Chelsea, you talked about that a couple days ago when we were on air.
Yeah, that's the thing. The downside about the hog-to-hog times is that it doesn't necessarily translate to a feel.
Yeah,
it can feel like 14, it can feel like 15, it can feel like 13, all to the same spot. And your watch would still say 14, so you're thinking speed's the same. Well, no, it's not, because I kicked harder that time or lighter or whatever.
So final stone here. Mike McEwen, really tough draw here, but if this is made perfect,
Line's good.
this should take
a little more than I wanted.
a lot of the energy out of Team Dunstone.
Line's good though, line's good. Yep.
I don't think you ever got to go for line.
It's 15-3.
Hard flash, keep going.
Looks real good for speed. Flash won't let it die, will he? Yeah, he will, and they're going to have a draw for 3.
Okay. It's fine.
I'm not sure what Matt's looking at.
Shoot, I thought I threw enough.
He's looking at something for 4.
Come on. Really?
Worked in path, eh?
That'd be ridiculous.
I agree, but that's what he's looking at.
Yeah, line. Fuck, I thought that would run a little better actually. Maybe softer just a bit. The kick was good. Just had no push.
There we go.
Okay, yeah.
Draw for 3. I mean, I get it. You want to tie the game, and if it was a double like in the house or something, a half rocker, but he was going to come off the corner guard and hit like a quarter and has to dead stick it. If he spins an inch, it's not even 4th shot anyway.
Yeah, I think.
It's crazy talk.
Yeah, as much as tying the game would be great, there's a huge difference between 2 and 3 here. So I think you need to guarantee the 3, and they've come to that same conclusion. This does look like the harder draw to me, but...
Yeah, you could just draw again, where Mike was talking about the in-turn, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the stagger, the way the rocks are set up is just much more natural for the in-turn, but they probably just know the speed better on this side.
Final stone in the 3rd end to get it back to a 1-point deficit after a tough start for Team Dunstone, but a well-played end here. A couple of misses, a couple of breaks. And needs to find full 8 for 3.
Yep.
No trouble there. Nobody looks too concerned. Looks flying on the overhead, but the guys all like it. So we've got 3 yellows on the board and a 4-3 lead going to the 4th end for Team McEwen. Who knows what's going to happen next? Let's find out, though, Chelsea, when we get back.
PJ made literally the best shot in the world that he put it. And then flash floats over.
Let me say what's best for me, to feel at ease, to feel happy. Lovely weather with the breeze, the simplest things. Sad love.
Rio Mare. Great taste needs little. Prime quality tuna and selected olive oil. Rio Mare, the real taste of Italy.
Welcome back to the shootout at the OK Corral here. 7 points on the board in 3 ends, and each end has been rocks everywhere, lots of freezes, lots of angles, lots of excitement so far, Chelsea. What do you see happening out there?
Yeah, it's been, thank goodness, because it was a pretty early morning after a short night for us thanks to the fire alarm. So it's been exciting to watch, which is helpful. Both teams still kind of mapping the sheet, I think, with Mike's team being surprised by that rock of Colton's that fell back a little bit going to that wing, and it's easy from up here, but having watched the sheet as much as we both have, we could have predicted that, but they're just still kind of trying to map it out a bit. So a couple misses there. The second end was a bit of a weird one. Like, it didn't seem like it was going to be a steal of 2. It wasn't setting up all that threatening and turned into one, but then quite a turnaround to get that 3 back. So we got ourselves a game now.
So as silly as it sounds, up one with the hammer for Team McEwen, they have to regroup a little bit.
Yeah, which is hard to believe, but mentally it has to feel like they're down a couple after giving up that 3 when you had that big lead.
Stops just in time, but that's probably 2 rocks farther than Dan and the fellas would have wanted that one. So a chance for the man they call Pete, Ryan Harnden, to lock one right on the button and close the area down. I would be surprised, but I'm surprised all the time up here. Like, they're going to freeze here, and Mike's going to freeze. That yellow guard's coming back as soon as Mike is allowed to hit it. They would love, I don't think a blank would upset them here one bit, and just kind of bring the temperature down a little bit in this shootout.
Yeah, it's been high intensity for sure.
Just drawn in there, same shot for Dan here would do the trick. Updates, any action there, Chelsea? We got 2-2, Hostley and Dropkin. Dropkin with the hammer. Hasselberg up 3-1. They just took 3 in the third to go up 3-1 on Fujisawa. And then Yoshimura and Kim, I actually were blocking the scoreboard, but they're playing.
They are playing.
There's a game going on over there.
T-line, little bump. Girl, little bump.
I can't see anything. They're standing in the absolute wrong spot.
I'm in the same boat. One of the sweepers is blocking the...
That's pretty good. It is 2-1 Yoshimura playing the... It's not. It's 3-2. 3-2 Kim playing the 4th. Yoshimura with the hammer.
I thought that rock would come in a little bit more.
We have another pileup developing here. See what EJ's got for him this end. Just trying to get a little low and tap this one back, I would think.
Yeah, I think they want to get to the low side. They're trying to get this to walk. Ryan Harnden on it to get it to curl.
Line's getting good. I think it's running out of steam, though. Pretty good. So now will Mike try and bail? There's no great runner on that guard, though.
No, the angles for the run back look much better for Team Dunstone than they do for Team McEwen right now.
I like the guard into it.
Well, this is hard.
2/3.
Straight peel doesn't kill them.
I almost
7/8 is really bad.
I might consider calling a straight peel. I just don't see a lot of...
You can pick it clean is what he's trying.
Yeah, it's possible. It's going to jam into that red a lot of the time, though.
Let's see if Kevin's up to the challenge. Mike will call it conservative, I'm sure.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, not bad. Fine.
That yellow one's pretty tough to remove with where the angles are, so... Yeah, I think Mike called the double, but was really making sure he didn't over-curl.
Well, which is smart, because that would have been a borderline disaster.
Just replacing the guard. Probably keep it a little bit on the higher side so there's no angle for the runner. If yellow's shot, though, eventually you're going to have to take a risk. And if you're going to take a risk of looking, of messing it up, you got to do it as early as possible. Because how do they get that yellow out? Even if there is no guard.
Yeah, it's going to take 2 shots, I think.
So that one they can make this runner and roll low. That one didn't quite curl enough.
What do you mean?
Like that?
Yeah. Yeah. Like out, in turn low.
Shade low.
Maybe actually curled a little bit too much.
Yeah, this will actually curl more than my last.
Right on the nose, a little bit across the nose.
Just a
And
shade low, man. Yeah. 7/8.
in-turn peel, that was a little back from Kevin. And back could be bad.
Curl.
Uh-oh.
Yikes.
That's not good.
That's not good.
It's a good summary, Mike. Just set that a little bit.
So-
Stayed right there.
Missed it by much, but that maybe the first one result, if jamming, would have been better than that. So maybe we did need to get after that first one.
Yeah.
But for Team Dunstone here, this is a developing situation. Did he call right on the yellow one, I imagine, or a high guard?
I thought, my first thought was right on the yellow one, but I didn't see what he indicated. Don't think we have a mic on Matt, so it's a little bit challenging.
I'll get the fine email sent out for not wearing mics. He's guarding this. So Team McEwen's got to be thinking about drawing here now.
Out-turn draw?
Yeah, I hate it, but Mike will hate it too, but you have to do it.
Yeah, I don't think you have much of a choice.
Hey, boys.
Make it though, and all of a sudden it's like, what does Dunstone do? He's got to follow you.
Yeah.
Freeze and move it an inch or two. It looks to me like yellow shot.
I agree.
It's early though, so I can't see very well.
This is a big swing shot. Could be really good if it's made. It could be big trouble if it's not.
A little hot.
This is their draw path.
Good.
Should have a pretty good chance, but tight and heavy doesn't make sense.
A little heavy still. Hard. A little heavy. Hard. Whoa. A little heavy still. Whoa.
Needs to curl. Needs to really curl.
Don't touch it. Leave it. Nice shot.
Good shot there by the Flash man. The Zilla, soft touch of the big fella.
Very nice.
Gonna be a very small scoring area this end by the looks of it. I still think that yellow's now second, but that's a big one. Even if they did get forced here, if you're Team McEwen, okay, I can accept that.
Yeah.
A steal here, and you got to feel like you're losing.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
So big shot here. Colton Lott just wants to freeze it, probably right on the nose. Doesn't want to over curl. Line looks good. Bump it a bit, free up that yellow, but I think you're going to leave red line too now, and McEwen's almost going to guard.
Gotta draw an edge there, yeah.
Yeah, weld it in there. So. Yeah.
Okay, you gotta think less now.
No, I know.
Do you need to? I
don't know.
I kind of like the guard.
All right, boys, freeze around there.
And I guess it's coming straight back. This one, it's another red one. If you lock it on the nose, another red one that's going to be in there. I don't know. We're going to find out, Chelsea.
We
Just
are.
patience. 5 minutes from now, we're going to know what we should have done.
Looking light. Go ahead. Top 12. Go then. Go ahead. Go then. Hard. Line's good.
I don't think there's anything terrible about top 12, top 8, but got to get it past this
good.
yellow.
Yeah.
Hard, Kevin.
Maybe chip it off the yellow.
Whoa. 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 Just feather it. Okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
And they say sweeping doesn't matter, eh? I think they might have affected the distance on that one by more than a foot or two.
Perhaps just a little.
How many reds can they get here? You got to be careful, though. The yellow one's gone. That back yellow on the button. They've given up on that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's flying out of there for sure.
The middle yellow is going to stay, but if it ever pops open and you don't kill either red, which is almost possible by the looks of it. I'm out, so.
Trust me, I want to say something all the time.
I don't see anything great. Like the red one they're looking at, into the yellow, it kills the back button yellow. I'm not convinced the middle one goes anywhere, and
no, the middle
if it
one
doesn't go anywhere, then the back one doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
And yellow, if that yellow top one squirts even off at an inch, it might be a hit and roll to lie 3 buried-ish. Not buried, I guess. We'd listen in to Donnie and the boys if they followed the rules more than Mike's. Matt did mention chasing that back yellow and chipping it sideways just so that it kicks out the counter, and then how does Mike get in there for his second point?
Yeah, it's a closed down scoring area if you could make that.
They don't look super excited, though.
No, they're not.
I just don't see anything very good. I think he's going to end up playing that one he said. Don't chase that yellow and tick it sideways. I think that's his best result.
Yeah, I think it might be as well.
He's probably more certain than I am. I'm just not sure what's going to happen in the middle good for yellow.
I just think I don't like throwing a ton of weight at the middle, and the problem with doing that is you're going to leave a bunch of reds around. Like you could throw it with like a control or a normal or something and try to stick your shooter there.
We're going to find out. Here it comes. 2/3 I'm hearing.
Yeah, I think he's throwing it hard though.
Yeah, well, he wants that middle one. He thinks he can get it to spin, and he could be right.
Yeah. Rattle him around.
It's going to hit it across, but it's going to be coming at a different angle, so the drag changes a bit. But
yeah, it might spin out of there. If the yellow was a hair lower, it would probably have an even better chance, but it might just clip the yellow and the red and come up.
I wanted to find out anyway. So
Yeah, we're going to find out. That's good. Yeah,
I'm grateful.
It's like the angle run. He's doing us all kinds of favors, showing us what's possible.
Outturn heater. The man they call the sheriff. Here we go, Chelsea.
Close.
Double touched it. That flew out of there.
Yeah, sure did. Not quite far enough, but it did fly out of there.
Just so if he rolls, I'm out counting. Sure. Yep.
Bite the 4-foot, even half in the 4 full 4 if it's on a good line, and good opportunity here for Team McEwen.
Okay.
Not really any worse for Dunstone. I mean, if they had to do something, they were going to give up a deuce if they didn't move stuff. And
oh, I have to.
And if it ever spun, it's only needed to go another inch or two, and then you're sitting one buried. So really close to great. But I think the only way to I think they hit it in the right place. You just had to throw it harder.
It double touched, and I don't know if I think that probably usually when they double touch, they almost rocket, like they almost pick up speed. So I don't know. Anyway, really good shot, almost a fantastic shot.
And I think if you put them on the ice at the Briar or at another slam, they would have flown out of there. It's just the house being a little bit dead is working against him on that one.
Fight the 4. Line's
Is
good.
it a new path a little?
Oh, no. Running hard. Good for line. Line's great.
Keep this in the 4-foot above the tee line. Needs to be above the tee line. I said above the tee line. This is big trouble.
Jeez.
Oh, boy.
Did not think that was heavy.
Steal chance now. We're going to have a tie game here if Matt can make this.
You're good, Mike.
Oh, I thought that was good out of my hand.
That was a nice throw, yeah. Look, yeah.
I thought line-wise where you'd be okay.
Taking like a different.
So they just got fooled a bit because they were all thinking it was going to come down. Mike agreed, and Mike liked how he threw it. And
Yeah, the sweepers had brooms down, so they didn't think it was heavy.
I'm sure if we replay the tape, we knew it was going to be 4-4 after 4.
Oh, yeah. After the second end, we were calling that.
I was looking for a nap. I shouldn't have put that out there.
Yeah. Got too excited about the nap potential.
But now we got an exciting game, so that's a good, second place.
Consolation prize.
Yeah. Needs to be made, though. Needs to draw right to the button, bury really anything on top of the button, and I don't think maybe Mike takes on the double raise double.
Maybe.
That's going to be his only way to score. two of the more deliberate guys in the hack. I don't know if Matt learned that from Mikey as well, but both these guys spend some time in the hack. My knees would seize up if I sat like that for as long as these guys do. Needs to be top button. Line can be in a lot of places, actually.
15-3, they're gonna have to go a little bit.
That is a gift of all gifts. Holy moly. We just got put back in the championship event. Look at how fast Flash is running. He is excited too.
Living up to his name there.
That's unfortunate.
That is really unfortunate.
If the Brush brothers can't get it there, probably in their 20s they get it there.
Maybe.
They look as strong as they looked in their 20s.
I was going to say, I'm not sure they've really gone downhill that much.
I'm sure it hurts a little more, but yeah.
Effectiveness-wise, though, I think they're still...
If they can't get it there, then he didn't throw it hard enough.
No, that's true.
So now same draw for Mike for 3. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
It's a football line score, not a curling line score.
Water?
That looked like a rocket.
I got wider. Whoa. Whoa, looks like it's running.
That
should
looks
be okay. Clean then. Clean
running like it's all there, but
Yep.
sweepers like it.
Getting tight.
We're good.
14-3, it should be good.
Like I said, I knew it wouldn't be tied after 4. That's 3 red ones on the board and a huge break for Team McEwen to get that 4-point lead back. And we're going to take a break because we need a breather. There's been a lot of emotion in this game, a lot of up and down, but it's been exciting, and we're going to bring you the second half after a quick couple-minute break here.
Let me say it's best for me to feel at ease, to feel happy. Lovely weather with the breeze, the simplest things. Sad love.
Rio Mare. Great taste needs little. Prime quality tuna and selected olive oil. Rio Mare, the real taste of Italy.
When you've conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, we're your place. Come as you are and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casually.
Welcome back inside the Mattamy Athletic Center, downtown Toronto, formerly Maple Leaf Gardens. There's been no lack of scoring this morning between Team McEwen and Team Dunstone. Dunstone mounting a bit of a comeback, but then a big miss by Matt on his last one in that end gave Mike McEwen a bit of a gift and a draw for 3 that he'd just thrown, and he makes no mistake. So it will be Team McEwen with a 7-3 lead heading into the back half of this game.
Total coincidence that Mike was missing and I was missing at the same time. I did not talk to him. That's the honest to God truth. I got nothing to say other than see if he can hold on to this 4-point lead.
Yeah, it didn't go so well the first time, but they're going to get another chance at that.
Now they know not to chase around the corners. If they chase around the corners, then they're just not paying attention. But now they're really okay with giving up a deuce here. Take the hammer into 8 up 2, score your point, or sorry, into 6. Score your point and be up 3 playing 7, and you win that game a lot.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, certainly in the driver's seat, but it's been a bit of a seesaw battle this morning, and both teams making some great shots and both teams missing some uncharacteristic shots.
And the flip side, Dunstone, I mean, they got to think, this feels bad. We got ourselves back in it. I had a chance, but you got to be where your feet are, as they say. It's hard to go back in time.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's mastered that yet, but if they have, I would love to know how.
Elon Musk might be a time traveler.
Yeah, there's a chance, but I don't think I want to know anything that he's got going on.
But if you are Dunstone, you got to look at the scoreboard and say, you know, obviously neither team is super sharp, so if there's a day that we can come back from this many down, they need to score multiple points here. They get forced to 1 here. That's big, big trouble.
They already did it once, though. They were down the 4 early on and took the 3 back, so just looking to set up the same kind of end that they did 2 ends ago here. And they had a good end last end, too. They had a really good opportunity there for Matt to, if he makes that freeze, it's a steal a lot of the time. So
almost all the time. Switching strategy here. Could be because it's later in the game. Could be because it didn't work last time. They're going to go spread them out, kind of choke this corner guard. This is you feel pretty good about this one. Like, it's never going to probably bury behind the corner guard because it's going to kind of stop. So if it does go behind the corner and they corner freeze on it, it's not good, but it's hard to get one behind the corner. So I like this.
Needs to sit, though.
It did come down a little.
Pretty good.
Thought it was pushing teeth.
That's fine, I think.
Yeah, a little deeper than they would have liked, but because it didn't get super buried, I think it's okay there.
EJ needs to freeze this on there, but on the center line side, and then you'll see them peel that guard in front of it, I think. Maybe try. I don't think they'll try the double, but if they're Team Dunstone, you got to make pretty much all your shots from here on out to give yourself any kind of chance.
Probably need some help from Team McEwen as well.
They look like they're in the helping mood today.
Yeah, they certainly were 2 ends ago, so.
That's perfect from EJ there.
The first though is that one.
It's been a battle with that, especially with that first rock for EJ, so
yeah, I don't mind
have
it.
to feel a little better about that one. That's made perfectly.
I'm good with that if you are.
Okay, yep.
I mean, if you miss it though, then he's here.
Yeah,
you can't get rid of it.
Are they serious?
Double frozen on ours. Okay.
It's dead frozen. You got to hit an inch of that guard to get the double, pretty much. Maybe at 2 inches. Cooler heads prevail.
Yeah, that was a little silly.
Like, you're lying 3, if I see it right. This won't curl. Like, you got to feel tight here.
Say, don't set him there.
Yeah, don't set him there. It's right.
Yeah, we learned that 2 ends ago, guys.
Well, we should have.
Yeah.
That's probably why he said it.
Yeah.
So you're lying 3. I mean, Matt would love to go around the corner guard, but I think he probably will.
I think you probably have to.
So Flash really wants to give it a go off this corner. I think he could still just peel, and then what does Matt do next?
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, probably goes around the stagger, but then you're going to have a shot at a double, most likely.
Then you're going to, hit and roll in off of the other one and lie 4 potentially. And everything's in the house. It's hard to give up 3 in the rings.
Yeah, I think they're a little... They're trying to get too much out of these. You're 4 up. All you need to do is make the peel. Just don't flash it, and you're okay. But by trying to hit it so thin that you catch that one in the house, you bring in the possibility of flashing the peel.
Talking about making a run back. Somebody look at the scoreboard.
Coach Lang has some thoughts, boys.
This is hard too, but I don't hate this
Gives
call.
us options with that weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you clip the guard, you're not that sad about it, so I don't mind this.
And you could never just feather ticket. I mean, you wouldn't want to have to learn that lesson. Just not move the guard and just redirect? Like, that's not possible.
No.
If you peel this corner guard, what's Matt going to do next? How are they going to get more than 2?
Yep. I don't know that they are.
If you make this, it's better. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's the best result. It's just seems like an unnecessarily hard shot to throw.
Want to finish. It's straight to the corner. Even EJ's didn't want to go in there.
He's starting to think it's straight to the corner.
Only took 5 ends to figure that out.
Yeah, these corners are so gentle right now. Both of them, it's kind of weird actually.
It kind of hits a point and it stops curling. That's why. It was again like I'm gonna be tight to the guard, and all of a sudden
Yeah, they got it now.
They got it now. That's good. We could have told them that before the game started. I feel like the commentary booth is an untapped resource for these guys. They should be texting us to ask
but
us.
obviously none of the players listen to us. They probably watch the feeds with no commentary.
Yeah, they don't want to hear us talk.
Pricks. So he's going to go around the stagger like you said, Chels. Wants some separation. Isn't really concerned if this is even back 12, but line's a problem. Oh, no.
X.
Yeah, I don't think
Nice hit and disturb
release
this.
it,
What
yeah.
if we just clip a 16th of that yellow? It probably flies, no?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so try.
Out turn.
Yeah.
He really wants to hit something very thin. Colton is determined.
It's popping.
Yeah.
My nose, it's.
He's right. It's there.
This would be nice and straight.
At least the risk is gone now, because if you do flash the top one, you're hitting the back
Can't
one.
miss them both. And if you hit the top one too thick, it's still going to get the second one.
Yeah.
Never.
I don't mind it as much now as I did a shot ago.
Touch it.
Nice shot.
Really
Just
well
a little
done.
more touch. Hair
Just
more.
a little more touch. What we're all looking for, eh, Mikey?
It's not going to curl.
Line 4, nowhere to really hide. There's a triple maybe, but
Good shot.
Good precision.
Need less ice.
You tell him where you want him to hit it, and he'll hit it there. That's not flash.
I was like, it needs to look like negative ice.
looks a little bit bleak here. How can we make a deuce out of this? Is what Matt's going through in his head. We got to move all 4 of these reds sometime.
And it's a baby peel too.
Yeah, all of them above the tee line too is just a wall of reds up there that doesn't look good for Team Dunstone.
Make this double and roll and tick off the other red and spin right behind the corner.
Yeah, I think that's your best option.
Spread mine. Make it tough on him. He's going to move a lot of red.
Sounds good. Touch it. Buried behind the corner. How good's that?
Perfect. What a shot, Colton Watt.
Right?
Yeah, he's going to play the double and roll away.
Right there. That's good.
Yeah, this could. Flash just laid it out for us. You hit and roll. He's going to double and roll behind the corner. If he makes it, you're going to have to draw. And if you put it in a bad spot, double for 3. So stay tuned. Don't go back to sleep yet. Friday morning, everybody's sleeping in, getting ready for tonight. This place is going to be bumping. It's the rumor.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
The curling couch is coming back. I've heard that rumor.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a reunion for me.
Yes, big reunion for
big reunion
for you guys.
See how many of us can still even stand up straight. But Johnny Moe and Craig Saville will be on the couch alongside myself, and I think Carrie Anerson is the referee. She's going to keep us in line.
Good luck to her.
Good luck to her. Yeah, I don't like her chances.
Me neither.
That Salvo guy, he's hard to control.
Yeah, he's the problem.
Yeah, he'll be still celebrating his recent Olympic berth for the Czechs.
Come on, right to it.
They sound a bit worried here.
Jeez. I liked how I threw that too.
Yeah.
Hit and roll behind the corner. There's a chance to lie 2 buried here above the tee line.
Yeah. Need a little more ice, I think.
I thought that would curl, but not. But that was a lot.
You know what's amazing? When it's really straight on the out turn, it
exactly
actually
how I
moves quite a
wanted.
bit on the in turn.
Makes sense.
It's coming down off the hill.
Well, I was trying to make sure out to you with good speed.
They weren't worried about it early though, so they didn't
I don't think he was
anticipate.
light either, yeah.
No, it was a good throw and the weight was right. They just didn't anticipate enough curl with it.
Nobody's really got the ice precisely mapped out this week yet. It's obviously tricky, and talking to multiple different players, they're all saying the same things. Ice is good. It's very playable. It's just a little bit tricky. There's a little couple different paths for curl, especially. Speed doesn't seem to be confusing people too often.
No, I think the speed's it was a little heavier the first day, so the second day when it got faster, we saw teams miss heavy for a few shots, but they all have the speed figured out now. It's more a line issue than anything else, if there's an issue.
So, Dunstone double and roll behind. I wonder if they peeled that corner guard on flashes instead of chasing, if this would be there. Oh, he blew the line call. Don't think there's a double, or
No, I don't think so.
so hit and roll under. Quite a bit of room, but I'm guessing, if I was going to predict, that he's going to protect a little here, and he's probably going to accidentally roll to the button because it is so straight here.
Yeah, this won't be in the crazy uphill stuff, but it's still, I don't think it'll curl much, and the only thing you can't do is over curl this. So I'm with you. It's easy to protect this throw a little bit.
Speed should be good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Final stone for Team McEwen here in the 5th end. Hit and roll to maybe force Dunstone to 1.
Yep.
Take out a yellow one and hold him to 2 is good.
On this right out of his hand.
Whoa! Whoa! Curl! Curl! Curl!
About as good as he could have done. He could have thrown some speed and he could have moved that one,
Yeah.
Made it a little awkward for him.
Can't do any better, so.
No, I couldn't do it better.
but Major Sweeper is real nervous for sure.
Yeah.
Nice shot. Yes. Pretty straight.
So
Makes it a little awkward
see
for him.
most of it.
I think you can probably see just all. You can't hit this so thin that you kiss that yellow over very far. So you got to get probably anything, like even half a rock. I
Half
think
is
you're
plenty, I think.
okay.
Kind of a heavy hack or a board weight probably. Just saw Mike throw it, so
Yeah, pretty much exact same shot Mike just threw. Would like to not have to be sweeping it quite that hard for
Good, I got to see flashes.
the sheriff here.
Yep.
So here comes the hammer out of the sheriff's hand. 5th end for 2.
If it ever rubs it, it wouldn't be good.
DJ's concerned it's real light. That's a lot of hand gesturing. Doesn't need to move it super far though. This is going to be 2 yellows, and Team McEwen is going to be up 7-5 when we get back for the 6th end right after a quick break here.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Welcome back to the sixth end action. Team McEwen still holding the advantage, up 2 points with the hammer. I'd love to say firmly in control, but I would never say that in this game.
No, I think nothing is safe in this game is what we've learned so far this morning.
I've done, I don't know how many games we've covered this week, but everyone I've done has been quite entertaining, and it leads back to the misses make curling entertaining.
Absolutely, and that's the thing that we sometimes see if the ice is super perfect. These guys are just so good that it's almost boring because they don't miss anything. This week's been more exciting because nothing's a given. Even what looks like a pretty basic hit or draw to the 4-foot or 8-foot or whatever, we're seeing those be missed. Still not often, but more often than we're used to.
Yeah, teams are still playing extremely well. It's not supposed to be a game of perfect. That's stolen, by the way. Bob Rotella wrote a book about golf is not a game of perfect. And neither is curling. There's too many variables that teams shouldn't be able to be as good as they are on good conditions, but that's where we're at, and we got a Mowat-proof curling, just like they Tiger-proofed golf.
Exactly.
And Holman-proof it. And will be interesting to see if it's the brooms and how much that changes for next year, because I think by next year we'll have a different setup with what the rules are for the foam. And
yeah, the rumor is there might be a sweeping study coming up once the season is over, so I imagine that there will be some kind of regulation coming on the foams.
And this time when we make rules, we should enforce them.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Do you want to do that?
What a concept.
Or just wait until they're out of scope again and then say, now we maybe need to look at it again. Double centers here. Good pair there by Ryan. Both on the center line, lined up, but a good come around by Dan. Can he do it again?
Yeah. Freeze is good.
Freeze it, line it up to the button.
Tommy.
And then Dunstone's going to have to get EJ to move them around and make some room. But Dunstone needs something other than a deuce force, like force here and a deuce, and then you're down one without coming home. Not great.
Stay down on this one, you gotta go.
But still a chance.
You gotta go. Yep.
Yeah, not over, but not promising for the win, statistically anyway.
Come on. Go.
Good sweep. Shot.
Big sweep there from
good line.
Lash and Kev, and maybe not going to move him because that's a bit of a guard. So
yeah, a little shorter than they would have liked that one, probably.
What's that? The line is the main issue. Yeah. You sweep it that hard at the start, I think you just get it running a bit better.
Needs to get this buried. If it's not shot rock, they're going to give him a chance to peel the top one. So needs to be pretty good here from EJ. This is looking good. If they can get it by. A really good shot by EJ. You see it fully buried back of the button. So
couldn't make that any better than that.
Try to give the double a go. It's pretty far. We'll be a whole rock off center if he makes it. You could also hit it, and it's really bad. Okay, then just straight peel.
Okay, let's go. Can't wait.
Yeah, let's go, Mike.
This isn't a double peel that my old second would throw. If it was called, I would throw it, but I would throw it to try and hit half of it.
Yeah. Oh, whoops! I made the single peel.
There's a spot where it's off.
Yeah. Let's just wait if I have a go at it.
Flash. Wait till the shooter's in the hack, and then we'll give the hard shots a go.
Yeah, Flash is licking his chops.
The other part of just peeling that is this is not an easy shot. This was one of the hard. I found this shot hard all the time at second to throw the high guard when you. It's not a shot you throw all that often.
And especially if you've been throwing hits and stuff. It's, I as a skip, I hated it.
It's really easy to throw this like 4 feet too heavy, and it's a good-looking shot by EJ, but it's a little bit tighter.
Tighter, but better line. I think it's just straight peel.
The other way to get out of this is keep peeling and then draw, but maybe Dunny's going to think this might be worth a risk to get another one right on top of EJ's.
Yeah, I think scoreboard says he probably has to take that chance at some point here.
Then that yellow, red, red.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is
it's pretty juicy.
I don't want to say it's hard to miss, but like having that many rocks almost increases your margin for error with those. So
grab my shoes. I'll show you how easy it is to miss. We'll see if Colton can come up with the high guard.
Doubles himself? Yeah. Gives me a go. Yeah, exactly. We have to go at some point. I always need to be able to sit 2 around there.
This one looks good too. A little bit heavy, but nothing serious.
Really well lined up too, so you can be a little bit heavier if they're lined up perfectly.
Yeah, like I said,
Flash really wants to give this a go.
He does.
Some lessons are learned the hard way.
A little soft.
Projecting maybe.
Yeah, it's close though.
Okay, not bad.
Pretty good.
Just no sweep and we're good. See how that is? Just backed it up ahead.
How do they get that yellow one out?
Well, at least now you have one tap you could use. It didn't move that top red quite far enough to give you 2.
Gonna have to run that thing back again, I guess. Took away the one draw they had to get out of it was my concern. That in-turn draw eventually was going to be if you drew the T line. At the end was over, and you're probably going to get 2 a lot of the time.
Yeah, that rock being there, it's good that it moved it out of the way of the tap on the center line one, but it's sort of in your way for A, the draw, and B, you can't use it to run it back on anything because it's a little bit hooked with that top 4-foot red, so not ideal.
Took away that 3-rock combo that we thought looked so good.
Yeah.
What do you think about throwing this into here?
Yeah,
maybe
that's what I like.
Get a little lucky.
Get lucky, you never know.
Yeah.
3/4?
No, it's thinner.
Okay.
Definitely thinner than 3/4.
Yeah.
More like 2/3.
Throw it hard, get it close, and hope for the best.
That's all you can do.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
That was almost.
That was almost bonanza.
Into the yellow. But
the hair thinner on the first one.
Mike's gonna have to risk something here. He can't just peel the guard again. He needs to probably throw a draw or a draw or an out-turn draw.
That's how about an out-turn draw?
I think that's going to be it because he's got Matty's guarding this. I don't think he has to. He could try, but there's no great spot for him to draw.
No, I think I like the guard for now.
And then Mike throws the out-turn draw. Even if he doesn't get shot and he gets past his top 8-foot, Matt's going to have to guard it. And then there'll be a run back for handshakes. Or something else crazy will happen. They'll steal one and we'll have a game again in 7. It's the easiest double peel they've seen, but it doesn't help them now.
No.
Give this a go. Well, I'm throwing something hard there. I'm going right here now. Yeah.
That's the spot.
One of the two.
Huh?
One of the two.
I'm okay with this. Risky. You don't want to go here.
Well, it's all, but also if you miss that, then he's going to wrap another one.
He'll be here, right?
That's a tough
He'll handcuff me.
Just go make this ready.
Yeah,
I like it.
I don't think the double peel helps you. I mean, you make a great double peel. It could come into the red and angle wrong and leave him a chance to come around hooked, and that would be huge trouble.
Yeah, I think it's just too late for the double peel. I think this is the call. Like you said, even if you're not shot, it's not bad.
Above the tee line, past the red one, or even like it has to be past it so it's usable. If it's higher than it, then
yeah, even right beside it isn't the worst. And Matt has to deal with it because you've got the run.
It won't be full goal, but it'll be close.
Mike knows this path. This is where Matty though, Dunny was light.
Yeah, that's true. The draw
on that freeze. So keep an eye on this. First skip stone for Team McEwen. The Manitoba Tucker playing for Saskatchewan, wearing Sasky colors.
Line's good.
The sweeper's hands now.
Line's good, boys.
A little bit here. Well, he's pretty good though.
Go. Yeah.
Getting tight.
Come on. Hard slash. Come on, you got a really good one.
I don't think curl is ever needed. It doesn't get shot, but that's a really good spot. Dunny's got to guard that.
Well, I couldn't be heavy.
No, we didn't do that well.
And I had to get, like, nobody had thrown their OM, so I was like, well, it's heavier, but.
And I don't think there's any way he can guard this and hook it. So high guard, what I mean by hook it is kind of put it around or in front of another guard so it can't be run straight back. But right on the old steam whistle logo, if it comes in tighter, the shot just gets easier.
Yeah, the longer the better here, as long as your line's good.
There's no draw. Hate forcing a team into throwing a shot for the win without having a chance to lose on the same shot, but
that's where they're at, though.
Sheriff, final stone here in 6. Pretty good chance to steal here, which they desperately need. 1 down without playing 7. If you could force to 1 and then 3 coming home and could steal victory from the jaws of defeat. So right where Colton is standing. I don't think this needs to curl. It's never going to under curl. It's pretty good. So nose hit for Mike for 3. Yep. Can't leave him a nose for 3. What?
Oh, they're just trying to tap it up for the single.
This looks equally as hard.
I agree, and the downs or the upside is far less.
The run is risk-free.
Yeah, it's totally risk-free.
The run is risk-free.
He's coming around.
I want to get one.
So they think this is easier than the run.
The tap's good.
Okay, he likes it. They're right. I mean, if you have I just don't think this looks very easy, but.
Should curl here.
Final stone of the 6th end to try and take a 3-point lead to 7.
Good.
Well then, wait for it.
Back
whoa,
forward.
Whoa,
Back
curl.
forward.
Whoa,
Curl.
Clean.
Back forward.
Clean.
Curl.
Clean. Curl.
Wait's good. Wait's perfect.
Curl.
Wait's perfect.
Keep going, Dan. Keep going.
Great shot there from the skipper. Saw it, made it. Made me a liar again. It looked hard, but now it didn't look that hard. Didn't even really wire the guard. So a great shot there from Team McEwen, and they'll take an 8-5 lead, a 3-point lead to the 7th end. Dunstone will have the hammer to see if he can pull any more rabbits out of the hat and stay alive into the 8th end. We're going to have all the action for you when we get back.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada. like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Two ends to go, 3-point lead for Team McEwen. Huge advantage at this point. Team Dunstone has to get to 9 points somehow. Starts with a multiple score here. 3 would be ideal, 4 would be better. I mean, 5, 6, 7, or 8 would be the best. They're gonna throw a couple corners, and we'll see if Team McEwen defends the same way they did in 5, with 2 in here from Dan Marsh, and then have Kevin kind of choke off one of the corner guards. The other thing they could do is chip a corner guard in the rings. At what time, what score dictates that shot, Chels?
I think it depends on the team. I think if they were 4 up, they would do it for sure. 3 up's a little bit more questionable, but if you've worked on it, and the ice seems like we've seen them made more than we've seen them missed, put it that way, when they are called. So it's the best result if you can make it.
Especially if it's kind of where he's tapping there and tap it into the rings. Not a super difficult shot.
No, it's really not. It's as long as you hit it anywhere high and you're somewhere between kind of hack and bumper, it's a good result.
Do you like it or no, Mike? Huh? Do you like the tick or no?
Like, chip in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
There we
go. Loves it.
Wasn't initially going to call it, but loves it apparently, so we're going to see it.
Yeah. That's coming off of the Elvis.
With the weight right here and with the sweeping he has, this is very makeable for Dan. Board's a lot of weight on this shot, but
Yes! Easy board. Hard.
this looks light.
Coming down. Really gotta go. Really gotta go. Keep going.
Right into the one in the house, potentially.
Right in
Yeah.
ours.
Yeah, good call there. Don't want to tap to freeze, though.
Okay.
Not bad, but kept the corner guard. They got to guard that corner guard because the next shot, you're allowed to peel your own in the free guard zone. So the next shot they're going to throw is that corner red into the one back 4 foot. And you might think Leeds can't make that, but Dan's really a second or a third. You guard the corner, then you have double corners. Or you guard the center, that's fine too, but either one is good here.
Looks like they're guarding the center.
But I think they'll peel the corner into the one and try to.
Yeah, it's worth a go, risk-free. We're peeling the corner anyway, so why not try to run it in there?
I think he should have guarded. I think we're giving this a go. I had a good feeling he's going to make it. He can't get it. Yeah.
It's not even Dan shooting. I can't even count. It's Kevin. Thanks for catching that.
It's early.
It's later than early now, but
Thick half.
I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to get better.
Half rock's close, man.
Thick half. Make the peel.
Always a little fit anything.
Whoa. Whoa. No, you just said it. Jeez.
Okay.
So straight peel, and now I would think they're going around, maybe even back 12, like keep space.
Yeah, you could almost freeze that deep red if you wanted to.
I like somewhere at least to the yellow, if not behind the yellow. Like I don't want to, that's fine. They're freezing the back red.
And this is just respect for your opponent as far as their ability to make that run back combo. Because it looks like the logical shot would be to go top 4 foot, but that's going to leave a shorter run back. So go to the back one here, keep the separation as much as you can.
Right? Yeah. I mean, Mike's not making out, but likely not.
You like it?
Huh?
Like it's drawing now?
Well,
Or you run? Or you,
he still has a lot of work. No, I'm just
Looks pretty close here. Ooh, does it curl by? Not quite. That's a good shot by EJ.
Sure, yeah. Yep.
Hair high, you get them all.
Hair high, yep. Let's go.
Daddy, just rip.
Yeah, you
I
could-
like this. Let's make it.
You still leave a guard.
If you get rid of all three, it don't matter.
Yeah, how many times out of 10 are you going to get all three of these, Chelsea?
One if you're lucky.
We're going to have to make it at some point.
I know.
It's either that or you draw.
It's not crazy, but
I like the run. Like,
okay.
Can you not intern chase?
Yeah, I think you could.
That would be really good. This looks hard, but he can make the triple, but he's not going to lose his shooter, so. Coach Simmons writing something down back there.
You might have something to say about this.
The worst is you just miss it and leave a corner, but that would never happen. Not terrible, though. I mean, that opens up. He can't leave that anyway, so.
No, and that's that rolled far enough out that you're going to be going majorly up a hill to try to get buried, and it's long enough that I'm not sure you can really make it that good.
But I liked the peel there because this guard has to be made perfect. Once you can chase that back 4-foot rock and stay in the 8-foot,
yeah,
the 3 is highly unlikely.
Yeah, I agree. I think straight peel was. I don't think he needed to take on the run back there.
I know exactly.
This doesn't look good.
Sliding a lot further than they would have hoped.
And line's not great either. So you could chase now, but that's splittable. So now you got angle to run it. So now I like the runner.
Yes, I agree. It's tight enough. There's a bit of an angle, and the chase looks hard because that is a tighter guard.
do you like it on the nose?
It's so straight. Like we're talking like a 6
Okay.
Sure.
I like low.
Make contact.
Sure. Yeah.
Throw it hard and get contact on that one. Even if you nutted it, you're probably going to kill the back one. And
Yep. Whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Go. Hard.
Shot.
really good, and it's a red one now, which is a big difference. So great shot there by Flash. Like he knew in the hack, guys want to know which side he's hitting it on. I was like, don't put me out there like that. I'm going to hit it, throw it at the nose, and we'll make a sweeping call.
Yeah, it's a line call issue.
You're front enders. You're supposed to be here to support me. Don't question me.
I don't even possible to touch the back. No, it's possible to touch the back.
They had nose there, right?
So I was trying to. Yeah. I was like, what was a good thing? It wasn't easier guard there. We're out of jail card if we ever have it.
Yeah. Should be straight going this way.
You're super tight. Let's go.
What was that?
Yeah, it's either that or it's this.
Is that necessary?
Well, I think you make it straight back and try to roll it into the middle.
It actually caught something. Isn't it? Like we do have most of this one too, but he's gonna go another one. Most of it.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
What do you like here, Chelsea?
I mean,
we can just nose that back one too.
I think that's the shot.
Yeah, that was my first thought is just sit shot rock, kill a yellow. Like the chase looks makeable, but just knowing how straight it is to that wing, it scares me a bit. So I think this is
Then we miss a still back line. Yeah, just through.
I think you want to kill this yellow. So
Yeah.
Back line, bud.
just make sure you stay shot, kill a yellow rock. I don't think you need to get super complicated at this point.
Surprised that Flash didn't want to play the half rock double off the center into the side one.
He probably did. I was thinking that as well.
Through. Yep. Just through. Can't hurt it.
Sometimes confidence kills.
Just through.
You're playing so good, and Flash is throwing it so good, so confident right now that you see shots that just there's no need to play.
Yeah.
Shot.
That's perfectly executed. Perfect speed. Oh, Dunny's got to kind of ignore that. And then Mikey's going to have to make a runner, I would think, on the middle.
Yeah.
3's still very much in play here.
Definitely.
You're good. Yeah.
See if Colton can get this one probably right to the top of the button.
Yeah, I think that would be perfect.
Mike's never going to draw, is he? I mean, although it would be a good call.
I think if you go right to the tee line, he would. Top button, I don't know that he will.
I mean, you would just have to really draw the full 12-footer.
Yeah.
Outcount that side one. I'm talking myself into liking the draw here.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
You do have a piece of that. You don't ever pick that. But no. He's got a freeze.
Yeah.
They're way ahead of me, as always.
All right, let's go.
But I found a new shot. Anything usable here, again, I mean, you don't want to think can't be this, can't be that, but can't be heavy. Anything in the house that's not heavy is going to be pretty useful, especially if it stays half open.
Yeah, as long as you get a piece buried, you're pretty happy. Love to be right to it, but short of it on the right line is fine.
If you're Dunstone, though, you're like, well, we need a miss, and maybe he can just accidentally throw this one a little too hard, and that would bring 3 really into play.
Okay, line's good. A little white here. Okay, get right behind it then. Top 8. Come on, hard. 12. For guard. Keep going.
Guard's not good.
Really not good.
Come on. Keep going. Come on, Flash. Keep going. You got it. You got to go everything. You got it. Got to go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Good. Keep going. That's a good spot.
Not bad. Great sweep again.
Really good sweep.
Really leaning on the Zilla, but I think that curled too much to be super useful, so Mike's going to probably have to make a draw on his last. He's going to have to follow Dunny, I think. Good follow, chase. You can see a little, a little bit bigger than half, 2/3, but not comfortable. That one, if you're going to be that depth, you probably want it to be about 3 inches more open.
Yeah. Yeah, just edge to edge would have been ideal if you're going to be that short, but they didn't have much of a choice. They just had to go to get it there for speed.
So if this is made perfect, I'll tell you what you can't play. You can't play a chase on that yellow one on the button, because if you hit the guard, there might be a double for 4.
That is true.
So the Sheriff going to put this into the Brush brothers' hands and see if they can't get one buried back 8. And then I think Mike's going to have to follow it, so. They like the line. Needs to stay second shot here. Line's perfect. That's well done by the Sheriff and the boys.
You intern freeze now?
You could. Whatever it takes to get half buried in the 4-foot on either side. I think he just threw this one. It's a very, very similar line, so I would lean this direction. If he fell on his face, he's not going to give up 4. That's the good news.
That is the good news, yeah.
I mean, 3's the most against us 2.
Back to back.
Like, doesn't even really have to be right back to it. Just needs to be past the red second shot, and I don't see where he could ever hit it, get it out and stay for 3.
No, yeah, I think if you're even kind of right beside it is pretty
That'd
good.
probably be the best.
I think that's the
Real
best.
sneaky. Final stone for Team McEwen in the 7th end, up 3, but looking at 2 right now, so
Line's good.
need a good one out of Magic Mike.
Easy, flash, heavy.
Roof. Line's good.
Mike's interested. He's into it.
Pretty good here. Whoa, room. Whoa.
He has not lacked intensity this morning, that's for sure.
Girl.
This is heavy. They're giving up 3 here.
Wow.
Sorry, Mike.
Like we said, don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
We're back to what we said earlier. We're going to be tied up coming home at 8. The one thing I did say that was right is Dunny needs 9 to win this game.
Yes, that is accurate.
Okay, that's 1 out of 10.
Well, we were both complaining about being tired, so they're just trying to keep us on our toes here.
Yeah, that's a humongous mistake there.
Yeah.
And Flash and Dan won't be happy with themselves. But I don't know if they were really worried about getting it all the way back there. Like, even if you're light, it wasn't like you were setting up anything. There was no danger. You were trying to draw the tee line.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even if
you're
just biting the top of the forefoot, I think you're okay. Like, you're not putting yourself at any risk, really. So.
It's not really helpful, Mikey, to tell the sweepers you knew you were heavy out of your hand. That's what I want to see. Is no worries, guys. Tied with exactly what we wanted when we started the game. A little adversity never hurt. This is close. What the happened to that?
Oh boy.
Okay. You wouldn't have been that far off. Well, the line being, it must have been. Just because your line went so early.
Might not be the right time to talk to Maddie right now either, Mikey, but this game continues to impress and surprise, and it's only 2 yellow. It'll be 8-7. McEwen with the hammer and a 1-point lead playing the 8th end. Unfortunate pick there. I got to agree that had to be a pick, but we're going to come back for 8th end action right after this.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary, but this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Pullman, Mowat, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and off-break curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock!
Welcome back to what has been a super entertaining game right from the first end. Every end has been full of surprises, good shots, uncharacteristic misses, a really unfortunate pick there for Dunny. This game, the back and forth kind of seemed like it was destined to be tied there, but see if Team Dunstone can shake that off. They need a steal, so need a couple of good centers here from Ryan Harnden.
Pretty good for time here too. And play a lot in. Yeah, we got 4 minutes. For both sides.
And if Team Epping is watching, if Team McEwen pulls this off, Team Epping goes to the semifinal. Even with 1 more game to play tonight, where they will play Dunstone, but Dunstone will need that win badly tonight.
I'd be close. We got heavy. It's gonna be close.
In a short round robin like this, every game is so important. And the winner of each pool gets a bye to the semifinal, which personally I'm not a fan of, but we can't qualify more than half of the field and still get points is one of the WCT rules, so you can't qualify more than 6. Even though that's top 12 teams in the world, I think we should petition to get that changed. Chelsea, do you like the winner of the pool getting a bye to the semi?
Not particularly.
Do you think we could petition? Do you know anybody on the Players' Council?
I might know.
Could we talk to the WCF about saying, I think we can still allow points if we qualify more in the Players' Championship because it's the 12 best teams in the world. I get that you're going to give away a lot of points, but or maybe we need to look at a different format. I don't know. Maybe we cut it. I don't want to cut teams, though.
Oh, yeah, I don't. It's already hard enough to get into. I don't know that you want to make it worse.
But that bye that sometimes
the
can
bye
go
is
based
just
on
tough.
shootout.
Yeah.
And when we used to have the bonus money, too, it was like, and it was double points, and you're telling me they beat us on a shootout, and they're going to get, you know, it might be $50,000
yeah,
difference.
legitimately.
Top 8.
In any event, Epping loves the format if McEwen can get this one in the house.
Sure does.
Just keep the line. Let's do it.
Dan doing Dan things, quietly just goes about his business. I'm I don't know. I'm biased. I mean, everybody's biased. Every opinion's biased on something. But I've watched this Marsh front end, the brothers, for the last 2 years. And I think if I'm Mike and Flash, I'm pretty happy that they go under the radar the way they do. I think they're as good as any front end.
Yeah, they're underrated for sure.
So, and because nobody knows them, nobody's stolen them. So I would keep telling people, no, I can't even tell them apart. They're real assholes, and they're not very good. On the flip side, I heard Mike talking about a sore knee. If I'm an old skip on a young team that's real good, I tell them I'm feeling better than ever.
Absolutely.
That's a mistake. EJ trying to move these ones around because they're too good to leave there. Getting close for line. Bump one back button. Shooter stays close. That's a real good shot by EJ.
Very good.
Mike looks like he's thinking of hitting that. Yeah. Peel the high one. What do they do next? They tap to freeze maybe, or they might come and bump on the other side and make a real good pocket.
Can I have the out? Yeah.
You can have whatever you like as long as you make the shot. There's physio for the players. Do we have physio for the announcers?
We need to. We're old and we're sitting a lot.
It's not going to get any better either. Or even those massage lazy boy chairs. Those
that
would be nice.
That would be excellent right now.
A little vibration in the headset might sound a little suspicious.
Just seen that one already. A shot, yeah.
So Matty looks like he's going to be tapping this yellow again. The other shot is out turn, chip that red behind the yellow and roll off.
Yeah.
They probably peel the guard, but you might be able to make a real nice pocket.
Yeah, if you could get it to, it's got a big upside, but if you don't get it to a perfect pocket, then it probably isn't great.
Could just be throwing a high center here. They were real good at that 2 ends ago, so that looks like the call.
I think so. Don't mind that. Make them waste a few.
Yeah, maybe trying to protect that tap to the back button. Because right now it's possible to get shot frozen on the button. So
definitely.
Good. Hasn't changed there. Nice.
So where is this end headed? Keep throwing a high one. They're going to peel at least one more. When does Dunstone have to make a move here, Chelsea? Because I don't think they can not be shot rock when this end is over. I think that would be bad.
that would definitely be bad. I think, well, I think that the question is it the next one or the one after that? It's one of those two. I tend to think it might be the next one. I don't know how many guards you can get away with throwing here. You got to put yourself in a spot, and you'd really love to, although it's probably a bit of wishful thinking, you'd really love to have the chance to sit two somehow.
That would be ideal. Waldo's in the building. There he is. Did you see him there?
No, I did not. Oh, yeah, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
Spotted him.
And the Bananas were here last night, the Peel team.
Yeah.
I hear there might be some other shenanigans tonight from some costumes in the crowd.
I heard that as well. The Bananas were across the street at Finn's last night, too.
Of course. Curling fans are curling fans. Another guard by the looks of it, so we're wrong. Matty's going to wait till his first one. Can't wait till his last one because Mike will do something different, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he'll peel again, so I think you have to throw it on your first.
Especially with a 1-point lead, he can take a little bit more risk. That's why that missed draw, that pick on Dunny's last one last end was
huge. Yeah, that point is massive. Now, stealing's hard enough, and now you got to basically do it twice for Dunstone to have a chance here.
Still take the peel. Yeah. You got her, yeah.
I don't see anything else.
Maybe make double peel if you really want. There's a couple times I was like, whoa, and grab the camera. Yep. Please.
No problem there, and it's down to a skips head-to-head battle. The Sheriff versus Magic Mike.
Two of the better nicknames in our sport.
Yeah, really good. There's some good ones.
There is some good ones.
So, okay, I didn't see that. I really thought he would have tapped that to Frozen.
That's what I like. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think that's the play.
I do too. I don't see anything else really that good.
I think if you tap the red one like he's motioned, and you're going to roll off, you're going to tap it beside, you make it perfect. Mike's going to probably throw the out turn, draw the button.
I agree.
And beat you to the pocket.
Yeah. It's too late. Like, that's a setup shot, and I think it's too late to throw a setup shot. I think you got to go for the throat now, make this tap, and hope you get a little bit of a miss. It's going to take 2 good shots from Mike to win the game outright here.
So I think they've come back to not the obvious shot, but the one that I think gets them shot rock, which is good. You only have 2 shots left and you need to steal, so you need to get shot rock pretty soon. You don't have to be shot until the very end, but if you don't get it now, I think Mike's going to play an aggressive shot to make it so you can't get shot.
Yeah, I think if you're not shot now, then you're not going to be shot at the end, so you have to do it now. Would love to save this if you could and only give Mike 1 chance at it, but I agree. I don't think that he's going to play a defensive shot anymore. I think he's going to switch gears and go for the throat.
So he needs to tap this around 2/3 of a rock. Shooter's going to roll a little bit. Might leave Mike a slash, but if you could tap it to the place where an unforced air slash double jams, then all of a sudden it's. You wouldn't think this could lead to a 2 steal, but I've got. You think Dunstone's got battle scars?
Yeah, they haven't played Heave Away for you yet this week, but I know that one.
That's my favorite fucking song. This has really got to walk over here. Getting better.
It's close.
Still got a curl, I think. Right like that. That's absolutely perfect. I think maybe. Yeah, I think yellow, yellow, yellow is the one I like.
Yeah.
Opens up the red one for sure.
Yeah, and if you had access to that red in the top of the forefoot, you could get the yellow to go from that angle. Even if you didn't touch that those 2 frozen, I don't think it's that bad.
Loses the guard. This one you keep a guard still.
It's the yellows.
You're going to have a shot for the win no matter what. Should roll off. Into here.
So I think I heard Caleb say, "Sure, would be interesting if we made that draw for 3 last end." And that is how it works, but that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Team McEwen would have potentially played a slightly different end here, knowing they don't have that extra point cushion. They may not have. We might be in the exact same spot.
Yeah, but you can't say that. It's easy to sort of speculate that way, and you go, but my strategy would have been different then. So
the old yabbit. I hate it when the kids say it. Yabbit. No. Chance to really go a long way in putting this W on the board for Team McEwen. Across the top, this one as we're looking at it on the right-hand side, broom side, hit it really close to where the broom is. About 2/3, I guess, maybe? Maybe a thick half.
Half, I think, yeah.
And then across the top of the yellow, that will drive it back. They'll probably stay shot. I don't think it'll spin really anywhere.
No. But you could unlock that freeze, and if you do that, then you're going to have something pretty makeable for the win, most likely.
You'll have 2 ways to get it out, so
yeah.
See if Magic Mike's got the magic stick out.
Whoa! Close! Yep! Whoa! Whoa, whoa.
Oops.
Okay. Okay. Pretty good. Nice throw. Yeah.
It's not good.
No, it's not.
Matt just hits that one and rolls to the center line, and we're going extra.
Yeah.
Very close.
A nose hit. Kind of going extra most times.
Yeah.
If Mike was going to shoot right now, he's coming off his own.
Or slashing it in thin. Yeah.
Slash brings the double on the reds and the loss, so I think he'd play his shooter in, and then there's nowhere for it to go through those yellows, so that would be the shot he would play, I think.
Yeah,
so they got to take that away. Could guard it and maybe entice him into playing that slash.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever playing that slash. But I'm wrong 90% of the time. So.
Yeah, probably not against the loss. You take the hammer to the extra end.
If you hit and roll a rock, even 3 inches towards the center line, we're going extra end. I don't see a way to steal 2.
No, I don't think a 2 steal is on the table, really.
We're getting the opposite of a nap here. Come on. Extra end, it's called.
Yeah.
The velour couch has arrived. Pre-stained, or do we got to stain that sucker up? Okay. Taking a while. Are you going to run out of time maybe? He's got 37 seconds. Like, he knows that, right? He's normally in the hack for 30 seconds, so. Probably somewhere around board weight. I think a nose kind of does the trick, but Mike might be able to throw a tick through the middle and get through there for shots. So a roll to the center line side, and he's got 5 seconds left. He's going to get her off, but just barely. Ooh, they're losing this a little bit. Needs to roll a little bit. Oh, it's perfect. Extra end.
Extra end. Can he draw the pin? You may as well try it. Can't hurt yourself. I don't think it's there, but I think other than that, you're throwing it away. So hope it picks once it passes that yellow and
Only shot. Just get by here.
Uwazu's in there.
Yeah, you got to try. Yeah. I think it's there, boys. Oh, it's there. Yeah.
I think it's there.
Okay.
Worth shot.
Not the shot you dream of to win a game.
No. Luckily, it's not against the loss.
Sixth end, right? Yeah. I'm trying to play like that. Back into the T line. Get max grip.
Breaking news. Somebody who would know is telling me they don't go by head-to-head or pools. It's best overall records in shootouts.
I wondered about that, but
that doesn't make
with buys to the semi, that's hard to do.
It doesn't make any sense. So, sorry, Epping, if you're now drinking booze, you got to stop. For 2 reasons. Mike's not going to win this game so easily, and you're going to have to win tonight.
And, yeah, Brent might have lied to you a little bit.
I didn't lie. I was mistaken. A lie is intentional.
That's fair.
Mike, you going to make this impossible draw?
Wait, line's good. Line's good. Wait's good.
Shot of the week if he's made. No. Why not an extra end?
Of course.
Close, Mike.
8-8. Winner still needs to get to 9.
Yeah, you were right about that.
See? 2 for 100. We'll be back after a quick break for the extra end action.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock.
Deserves it, I think, of all games. It's been wild, wacky, and entertaining, and 8-8 playing 9.
Technically could have on your.
You got to think if you score 8 points, you should win the game, but
most of the time that's true.
Somebody's not going to get that today. So I'm getting chirped here because I am part of a new competition committee that's just been put together. In my defense, I was not involved much yet, but I don't even know the rules.
That's probably.
Am I crazy? It always used to be the winner of the pools and then the next best records that qualified, no?
I thought so, but it was also for a long time, it was 8 qualifiers.
Huh. We'll get word back to you, or we won't. One or the other.
I like it.
Either way, both teams need this victory. Finals everywhere else. Team Kim beat Team Yoshimura. Team Hasselberg beat Team Fujisawa. And Team Hosley is high-fiving, so they just beat Dropkin, and they're right in the mix again.
Clean. Shot that.
Having beat White as well. Tough victory. Dropkin drops into the Italian U.S. division. They are in prep for next season mode. Corey's prepping for the World Mixed Doubles, though, where, in my experience, he's damn good.
He is very good at mixed doubles.
It's going to have to be, because this field, if you look at it,
it's stacked. It's just insane.
I want no part of it. So another good center guard by Ryan Harnden, and can't understate how important it is to get those guards on the center line and that far apart. Like, that's back-to-back ends that are perfect. I think Ryan's another guy that's underrated as the lead.
I agree with that.
Doesn't talk much, goes about his business, sweeps his ass off.
Yeah, very good sweeper and just super consistent with the rock placement.
Built like a brick shithouse. He ain't going nowhere. Wayne Madot tried to body check him once here on Sheet A back about 10 years ago when he was sparing for Botcher, and Wayne's a big boy too. Ryan loves telling that story. And Dan doing the same.
Shot down.
Pretty good. So EJ's got to make that same tap, get something back button.
He's done it with some consistency in this. It's always the seconds first rock when you're trying to steal, and usually that's the one that ends up being in there at the end. That great come around we saw him make to the back of the button that ended up in a steal. So huge shot here for EJ.
This one doesn't quite go to the perfect back button like the other one because the second one overcurled a bit, but this is tight. It's by.
Great shot.
Pretty good.
But I'd like to move him a little further.
Yeah, that's going to give Team McEwen one more shot to peel because those need moved again.
Hair cross face,
Yeah, perfect line. If it had another foot or two of weight, tap them both to at least on the tee line. Would have left a better pocket to freeze into.
Last end peeling didn't work. Too early to guard for Team McEwen, Chelsea?
Yeah, based on last end, they probably would like to.
Good throw.
You can see the problem here for Dunstone is how do they get shot with only throwing one rock? They don't, do they?
No.
So that means that whatever they do, whenever they do it,
they need 2 shots.
They need 2 shots, which means that center guard's going to be gone. So early advantage Team McEwen because EJ, as much as that was a really good shot, almost perfect. Dan's were in a bit better spot this end, and neither one got behind the tee line. So these guys are good at high guards. I mean, they've been doing it now for 4 ends in a row, but
still, though,
it's been impressive. That one overcurled a bit, though, so a little chance here for for Kev.
Talk about underrated players. That long guard, and we mentioned it a few times, that's an underratedly hard shot.
I don't like it.
Me neither.
Uh-oh.
Oh, doesn't like it.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
A little set it and forget it. That's the advantage for me. I couldn't throw it hard enough to make that, so I never had to take it on.
You were just aiming for half a rock no matter what the skip called.
Oh boy, is this bad now, though.
Yeah.
If this shot's made perfect, just to the back of the button, kind of right on the nose. If it's a hair high and splits them, that's fine too, but tap this to the back of the button and the shooter stays there. Mike might have to rip it off the yellows or off the reds and kill both reds and leave 3 center guards. Epdog, thank God the pool winner doesn't go to that, because this would be heartbreaking for you. We got the rules. I've petitioned the rules committee. 6 qualify for the playoffs. Top 2 teams following the completion of round robin play will get a bye to the semis.
Yeah, so total, it's just on total record and draw to the button, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. It just says the top 2 teams. So.
Yeah, so not by pool.
All right, Epdog, you might want to win your next one.
The 2/3 of the out. Yeah.
Yeah, especially because from what I gather, Team Epping doesn't have a great draw to the button.
That's what I've heard. It's worse, but it's better. I mean, it was inevitable something had to happen in there, but you can feel the weight of the world on Team McEwen, can't you?
Yes. It's the air in here got a lot heavier for Team McEwen with that peel, that just miss on the run back, leaving the guard.
Now they're double guarding that, and hate to think you'd have to draw this early, but do you have to draw this early?
You might.
Guess you could try another double peel.
Yeah,
Need to make a double on these 2 actually would be fine.
You could run that red guard back too. It's a fairly short run back and try to kill 2 of them that way. I could run this into it kind of thing. Yeah, I think you try that, don't you?
Little
you could
angle, yeah, in turn across face.
Yeah.
I like the in.
So there's 2 shots here though.
I like the in cross.
Are you trying to? It looks like they're trying to get the red to come back in, and to do that, you got to risk leaving both here almost.
Yes.
The other shot is just the double peel.
Nope. Nope. Yep. Yep.
Want the shooter out of there if I'm them.
Nice shot.
Really good shot there by Flash.
Great shot. What?
Looks a lot better.
Yeah, if you're Dunstone, they're like, we got a chip in a chair. This isn't over just yet. We
It's
could
not,
tap
no.
that straight to the tee line on my last if I can guard it here, and Mike's got to make a double. Anybody feel momentum swing?
I felt about 6 of them in this game.
This one feels heavy and it's late.
I agree. It feels the heaviest. I agree with that.
Big shot there by Colton, though. Needed that one. So we're into skip stones here in what has become I wouldn't call it a classic, but classically entertaining.
Very entertaining.
Neither team has played poorly either, don't get me wrong.
No, just enough misses to keep it interesting.
So need this usable guard right on the AMJ, right in front of the yellow. Does Mike draw here?
Could.
What is his draw right now? If this was his last shot, is he throwing that wide out turn draw?
Looks easier to me, but would be a preference based on speed probably.
Can't draw now because that in-turn tap is too available. So peel.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Dunny's going to either draw around the yellow or tap it. I think he's going to tap it. And then Mike's going to have a double or out-turn draw to the side of the button. Those guards, as much as they look like they're in play for that draw of the button, they're not really in the way of the draw line, I don't think.
No, definitely not. If you hit, I think if you touch that deeper red guard, you're probably going to crash on the yellow if you if that guard wasn't there. So you want to be wider than that for the draw. Matt could also look at throwing the out turn draw himself rather than the tap. Just put it on the side of the button and leave some angle on the double.
Yep. 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 Hard. Hard.
Don't want to nose this.
Hard. Shot.
Good enough.
Go, Mike.
Timeout for Team McEwen. You do get another timeout in the extra end. They both have 3 minutes left, so.
Yeah, that's. I think if you go there, it's hard to score.
Yeah, you could leave a double. If you go right to the tee line there, then the in-turn through the hole is almost immiscible with any kind of back ring weight.
True. Yeah, that's true.
But it's awkward. I mean.
Yeah, I think you're just trying to make him throw as hard a shot as possible. I just think if you tap it, it's going to leave a double almost no matter what. If you put this in the right place around with the out turn, it makes the double so that it rolls out of the house potentially, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's nothing saying you have to get to the button to steal a point.
No. Just full 4 even. You want to be deep enough that the double off the top one is really thin.
Yeah, because that's the only way we could go to double extra. Makes the double and spins out. That'd be pretty fitting. Yeah. I'm walking out of here.
Yeah, the commentator's booth protests.
The first ever strike for the curling group.
Either that or we need to start charging overtime.
They really think they want to go there. I think they're worried that that's not a very difficult shot for Mike. Taps are very difficult to get. Like sometimes you're going to make this tap perfect weight and tap it right to the button and roll off a little bit, and Mike's going to have an open hit. You don't want that. So
yeah.
Going to take the wide draw. Without having the mics on the guys, I don't know what they're talking about path-wise, but if the paths were all equal, this would be my last choice.
I agree. I think I would be tempted to try that out turn draw and take my chances. But if not, then I think I'd be looking at the tap rather than at this. I guess it depends if you want him to draw or hit. Like you could put this back 4 and say, okay, fine, draw the 4-foot. Or you try to make it good, but then you leave him a 3-foot double.
Which at this point, is it fitting to end on a make or a miss?
I don't know. Actually, that's a good question.
I'm excited to find out.
Oh yeah, we are going to find out.
Down to the final 2 stones. The Sheriff lying 1 and shooting, needing the stolen point. In-turn come around a little bit wider. I wonder if it's going to be a little bit slower later in the game, or could also be a little bit faster.
I think it might be faster out this wide because it's not going to get into the slide path.
They dove in right away, though, I can tell you that. Brush Brothers. Now they're walking away. Nobody stops the hog line faster than the Brush Brothers. This needs to stop not to leave a nose hit on the top. This needs to stop not to leave a nose hit on the top. This didn't stop.
Wow.
Nose hit on the top. Jams, though. That would be fitting.
Yes.
Yeah, you can nose it, yeah. Oh, sorry. Hit it inside as well.
You can't nose it.
No, you have to hit it slightly off the nose.
Interesting. Could still draw. I mean, if you were happy with the out-turn draw, you're still happy with the out-turn draw.
Yeah. So I guess the options are draw, like out-turn draw, or in. Yes?
Yeah, that was my first thought, just a little low. You got lots of room there. You could roll all the way over to the other side of the 8-foot and be okay.
Sure. Any bit high. Yeah.
High, so that tells me it's on the
out-turn,
out-turn.
yeah.
That brings the
the
corner guard into my eye, but I see all sorts of stuff.
I'm with you. I like the in-turn low. I'd be taking like into the rock almost, edge of the rock with like a 10.5.
So this
Just a millimeter high.
This tells me that Mike was back there thinking, I'm going to play the double. Dunny's going to make this because you expect all these guys to make the shots. I'm going to play the double because if he was thinking, I'm going to draw the button no matter where this is.
He would have already been throwing it, yeah.
We'd already be playing the out-turn draw to the button.
I agree.
And that can be ice related. It can be feel related. Whatever. The right shot is whatever one you're going to make. Nothing wrong with this call, but it's a little bit tricky. But it comes down to a line call, a spot. How well do they know it? We've seen some misses inside out.
Yeah, that's why I'm a little surprised by this. But this I think you're still in the flat stuff. So this one shouldn't fall and should curl up a little bit.
It all comes down to this.
It sure does.
I would think he's going to throw something like a board waiter, and if they think they're going to jam it, they could carve it at the end, and if they roll a little bit...
Yeah, you can roll a little bit either way.
You
just can't hit it right on the nose.
Magic Mike, see if he's got the magic to get this W that they've kind of earned a couple of times. Need to earn it once more.
Good.
Good looking throw there. Mike's out turns as good as anybody's.
Whoa, 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 curl. Curl. Curl, clean, clean. Yep, straight, hard.
This is getting close to jamming.
Hard.
Okay.
Well done. Never in doubt. Had the victory from the 2-steal in the second. Gave it back, got it back, gave it back, and got it back one more time. An entertaining game from the Team Canada pool, and Team McEwen takes the win. Team Dunstone falls to 2-2. McEwen to 3-1. And thanks for tuning in for Chelsea Carey, Brent Lang, Home Team Live, and the curling group in the Grand Slam of Curling. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again in no time. Next draw, we'll cover all 4. Thanks for tuning in, folks. See you later.